Philadelphia Phillies baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
Two tough losses to start the homestand seemed like enough to burst the Phillies bubble. But just when you think they have no more cards up their sleeve, that little bit of magic appears. That little bit of hope pokes out its head, and that one big swing we have missed comes back around for a visit providing the lift they needed and puts the bounce back in their step for another day. Jimmy Rollinson, after yesterday's game-winning base hit, it's time to go streaking, and that's what the Phillies will try to do tonight. They've won one. Now they'll try to win two in a row as they get set for game one of a three-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. How have things changed in National League Baseball? Well, how about this all by itself? Last year, through July 22nd, the Phillies were 26 games over 500, leading the East. The Brewers were comfortably over the 500 mark, but not comfortably leading the National League Central. They still had a successful run. This year, totally different story. The Phillies at 42-54 in last place in the East, and the Brewers struggling 6 games under 500. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy. Aloha, Chris Wheeler. Yep, we have two teams going in different directions than they went last year when they were both going to the postseason. So surprising. But we also have a starting pitcher tonight for the Phillies in Roy Halladay, who's kind of going back in the right direction.
Well, I sure hope so, Tom. He's back here at Citizens Bank Park. It's been a long time since Doc pitched here. You can see him sitting in the clubhouse tonight just staring in his locker the way that he does, and he's ready to go. He was on a pitch count last time. I think he could go a little bit deeper tonight. Threw 80 pitches in this game against the Dodgers. Phillies won this game eventually. He got a no decision, threw a lot of cutters, curveballs, sinkers, threw all his pitches in that game, and he got better as the game went along. And the number one thing was when the game was over, he came out after 5 innings, he was healthy, and he's ready to go again here tonight.
All right, now how about this Phillies bullpen? They're going to need them at some point, you would think, tonight, although Halladay's going to go 80 to 100 pitches. How about this Phillies bullpen? They've been better the last couple of days.
Well, they're trying to put some pieces together in the bullpen to get them to Jonathan Papelbon. They just have not been able to do it all year for a variety of reasons. But, you know, yesterday, Antonio Bastardo was just tremendous in this game. He comes in, he threw all breaking balls, it looked like. Slider after slider. He had some left-handed hitters. Horst did a good job, and now Kyle Kendrick is kind of settling into a nice role. These left-handed hitters threw him a lot of change-ups in that ball game, and he got the job done. Look at this guy right now with a long scoreless streak, and Kyle Kendrick from starter to Pendrick. He's doing a very good job for Charlie, and I think he has confidence in him right now that he can use him later in a game. The 8th inning has been a tremendous problem all year. Maybe Kyle Kendrick can help out there a little bit.
Yeah, you could probably see a little Kyle Kendrick from the right side and Antonio Bastardo from the left side in the 8th inning for the Phils, if it comes to that, against the Milwaukee Brewers. So it is game one of a 3-game series. Roy Halladay on the mound for the Phillies, making his 13th start of the year. Randy Wolf returns to Citizens Bank Park. He won 69 games in a Phillies uniform during the course of his career. And you remember the Wolf Pack. They'll be here without their costumes. Randy Wolf in a Phillies uniform. Memories of years past. The lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. By Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. No matter where you are in life or business, we have plans that fit. Go to plansthatfit.com. mound since May 12th against the San Diego Padres when he went 7 innings. So he's back at work here at the ballpark to take on the Milwaukee Brewers. The crowd settling in, getting ready for Game 1 of this series. Time to take a look at the starting lineup for the Brewers. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off in right field, Norichika Aoki. I've been practicing that all day, Wheels. Carlos Gomez bats second. Ryan Braun hits third. Aramis Ramirez, the third baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Corey Hart will bat fifth. Ricky Weeks sixth. George Kataris, the catcher, will bat seventh. Cesar Torres hits eighth. And then former Philly Randy Wolf is on the mound. He'll bat ninth. He's a pretty good hitter. And they'll face Doc. Doc's coming in with a record of 4-5, an earned run average of 3.96. He threw 80 pitches even in his only start since coming off the DL.
Yeah, and they feel he'll be able to go deeper into the game tonight. They're not sure. It's just like last time out. They're just going to watch him. But last time he started out a little bit, he got some pitches in the zone a little bit, and the Dodgers had some rallies on him, but then he really started to pitch well as he went along. Here we go with the scouting report on him. He's throwing a lot of cutters right now, and as always, everything moves when he throws it. Lifetime against Milwaukee, 2-2. Not so great here. How about our Nissan keys to tonight's game? A little light rain a while ago. It looks like everything's okay right now. Well, Randy Wolf, he's kind of similar to the guy they faced yesterday, Barry Zito. Throws a little bit harder, but throws a lot of off-speed stuff. And Doc, Tom said it's been a long time since he's been back in this ballpark.
Oh, Aoki will dig in. He's a .285 hitter on the year. His first year in the major leagues. He signed a 2-year contract with the Brewers during the offseason. Very interesting batting stance to start it off. The first pitch of the day is taken low. It's 1 ball, no strikes, so we're underway. Yeah, Tom Hallion, the very distinct home plate umpire, is calling balls and strikes.
Well, he loves to make that strike 3 call. In fact, he just did one for us down there. They talk about, they're the umpires for tonight, Brian O'Neill, Chad Fairchild, Alfonso Marquez. They talk about this kid, or this player, the Japanese player here, and they say he's a typical Japanese player in that he is very fundamentally sound. He does everything well.
Out in front of a changeup, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. This is his 40th start of the year in right field.
They call him Nori, and they say he's a pretty good outfielder too. A very accurate arm.
The way the bat starts, chokes up on the bat handle.
Oh, they got a different, like Ichiro.
Speaking of Ichiro, yeah, about the news that's buzzing all around New York right now.
I figure I'd lead you into that.
One away as Carlos Gomez is coming up. There are rumors that Ichiro has been dealt to the New York Yankees. It seems to be confirmed. 2 prospects going to Seattle in that deal. Murph is checking on that, and a couple of other trades. A lot of rumors going on today.
What's going on? Is the deadline near or something?
Coming up.
Must be with all this stuff happening.
We are a little more than a week away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Carlos Gomez is now the hitter. Gomez 1 for 5 on this road trip for the Brewers. Now, if you're looking at a couple of things about Halladay tonight, you can look at his pitch count. Charlie Emanuel said it'll be between 80 and 100 pitches this evening. And he just hit Carlos Gomez, so he's aboard with 1 away.
Yeah, they're going to watch him just like they said last time. And the pitch count, as Tom just gave it, that's one of the things. But they're also going to watch what it takes to get to that pitch count. And that can determine how far he goes. This just looks like I think it's a fastball. No, it was a changeup. Looked like his changeup grip the way that he threw it. And it came running in on him. He just lost command of it.
So a runner at first. Here's Ryan Braun. Braun is the only player in the major leagues with 25 or more home runs and 15 or more stolen bases this year. In fact, if you look at his numbers right now compared to his MVP season, which was a year ago, they're actually a little bit better.
This guy is such a good hitter. He's not just a power hitter. He can really hit. And they say that, they think he's having a better year this year than last year.
Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second not in time. He stole that bag on a curveball. So Carlos Ruiz, who has thrown out 20 runners trying to steal this year, really had no chance to get Gomez,
who can really run. Tom said he stole it on a curveball there. He took off and steals it easily. The combination of the time to the plate and a hook, and it's the way that guy can run, no way you're going to get him.
So no balls and 1 strike to count to Braun, who's hitting .309 with 26 home runs, tops in the National League. His numbers with runners in scoring position. Braun tested positive for a banned substance during the postseason last year. And if you followed any of that story, somehow he was able to get that banned substance ruling overturned. So he did not serve the 50-game suspension, which shocked baseball. Inside, 2-1 the count.
Well, it had to do with chain of custody, which is, something you hear a lot about in evidence.
Well, because of that, baseball has changed some of its guidelines to get the results from point A to point B. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Braun is 4 for 13 on this road trip right now for the Brewers.
But when they had Braun and Fielder hitting back to back, what a twosome that was. And, Fielder moved on.
Hasn't slowed Braun up at all. Little tapper foul. It remains 2-2.
Better check Gomez out. He was ready. He was starting to run that time, and with 1 out, good time to try and steal third base. Your third baseman's way back, Wigginton. And Gomez has tremendous speed. Watch this break right here. He started and then he decided he better stay. Chase Utley's going to come in behind him now for sure. See him
outside. 3-2. There's Aramis Ramirez, who's on deck. He has taken over the void left by Prince Fielder in the cleanup spot for the Brewers. Certainly not the same player. He's having a decent year, though.
Yeah, he's having a good year. And they say he's really playing third base well for them.
3-2 pitch. Hit off the end of the bat towards shortstop. Rollins backs up on it. Throws a little high just in time to get Ryan Braun.
One thing about Braun, excuse me, Tom, he can really run, too. He seemed to smile a little bit, wanted to see if maybe there was a chance he was safe over there, but he's just not a guy that can hit the ball of the ballpark. He's a complete player.
Well, the changes that Major League Baseball made after Ryan Braun's positive test was overturned. They've added human growth hormone blood testing, an increase of the number of random tests, plus they've modified the collection procedures and also the appeal procedures, and the protocols for addressing use by players of drug abuse has been strengthened as well. Swing and a miss by Ramirez, and it's 0-1. Ramirez 277 with 10 home runs, 55 runs batted in.
New uniform, swing at the first pitch. He just seems like he almost always does that.
Just a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gomez over at second. He was hit by a pitch and stole second base. To right field. Hunter Pence is there. He got turned around. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. The Brewers will take the lead as Ramirez digs to second, and he's there with an RBI double, and it's 1-0 Milwaukee.
That thing just froze him, whether he saw it right away or whether he saw it and didn't recognize how hard it was hit. I don't know if he catches it, if he breaks right away, but once he froze, it was over. Ramirez can really drive the ball the other way, but see Pence. Yeah, I think if he goes back right away, recognizes what happened, he could catch this ball, but now there's no chance.
Corey Hart takes a strike, and it's 0-1. That was a changeup from Doc. Hart's playing first base, and he's played first base a lot this year. This is his 42nd game as the Brewers' first baseman.
I used to see him play right field for a lot of years for the Brewers.
Tied him up 0-2. Missed a lot of spring training because he tore the meniscus at his knee. Had surgery to repair that. Has 17 home runs this year. Just off the outside corner, 1-2. Doc wanted that one. I think most of the folks here at the ballpark wanted that one from Tom Hallion. And just, I guess, a little outside.
Yeah, didn't quite come back over the plate.
This is a test for Doc. This is a 21 pitch first inning so far. He's going to need at least 22 to get out of the inning. Looks good though. Velocity is good. And the movement is pretty good. Line drive, base hit it to left field. Ramirez around third. He'll score. And the Brewers will lead this 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. With any good pitcher, this is a lot of the times the biggest obstacle for Doc is getting through the first without allowing much damage.
Looked like a hanging breaking ball. It is. It's a curve ball. It's up, out over the plate, and Corey Hart is a big, tall guy with long arms, so he was able to get to that and hit it pretty hard.
So 8 first inning runs in 13 starts. That includes the 2 tonight. And Ricky Weeks. Talk about these two teams having different seasons. Ricky Weeks is having a very different season.
I say he is swinging through pitches. He takes strikes, swings at balls. They can't figure it out. He hurt his knee last year, and from the time he's come back till now, he's not the same guy.
Cutter for strike 2. It's 0-2.
Still doing the waggle a little bit, but he's got his hands lower.
Sounds strange, but he looks a little stockier, doesn't he, than he did a year ago? I mean, he's always been a muscular guy. Got him. Got it with a breaking pitch. First strikeout of the first inning for Doc. He allows 2 runs on 2 hits. He hits a batter. 25 pitches, and we go to the bottom of the first here in Philly. Take a look at Charlie Manuel's starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Shane Victorino is in center field. He'll hit second. Chase Utley hits third, followed by Ryan Howard and Carlos Ruiz. Hunter Pence is the 6-hole hitter. Ty Wigginton's over at third base. He'll bat 7th. John Mayberry Jr. hits 8th. At batting 9th and pitching is Doc. And they'll face former Philly Randy Wolf, who won 69 games during his 8-year career with the Phillies. He's wrapping up the 3rd year of a 3-year deal with the Brewers. 3-6 with a 5.60 earned run average.
Through the first official pitch in this ballpark, as he was a Phillies opening day starter here. Here are the numbers on Randy Wolf. He went through a long drought before winning his last time out. He throws everything. Curve, cutter, change, fastball, real slow curveball. Lifetime against the Phillies. There are his numbers, and he's very good against the Phillies here in this ballpark.
I'm going to make you feel old. He's 35.
I know, that is amazing.
2 former teammates face it off. Jimmy Rollins leads it off against Wolf.
Just to get in line for things that make me feel old. Everybody comes in the booth. Well, we listened to you when we were kids. Okay.
Wheels, I listened to you when I was a kid.
I know. I don't need that from you.
0-1 the count. And then Rollins pops it up. Foul territory. That's playable for Corey Hart. He gets over there. He does. And there's one away. So one out here at the bottom of the first. During the 2012 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Graham Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. One away. Victorino, who's hit it in 4 straight. He's got a little bit of a run going right now. Since the 14th of July, he's hitting .375. And his on-base percentage is over .400. Takes low, 1-0. Randy Wolf, like a lot of players around Major League Baseball, is hearing whispers about possible trades. I guess when you're struggling the way the Brewers are, really the way the Phillies are too, there are a lot of different players that are hearing those rumors.
Greinke's another one.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to pitch here tomorrow night.
2-0 the count.
Zach Greinke, a right-hander.
Inside, 3-0 to Victorino. Shane was 3 for 12 in the recent series against the Giants. As Utley waits on deck. Zach Greinke's had an odd couple weeks between starting 3 consecutive games for the Brewers and then basically being told by Ron Renicky, listen, you're going to take your All-Star break now after the second half got underway. Victorino out front, 3-2 the count. Greinke is used to this area. He pitched for the Wilmington Blue Rocks when he was with the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, Phillies beat him in a game here with the Royals too, a long time ago.
That ball hit him, but did he swing? They'll appeal, and Brian Honora says he swung.
Victorino doesn't know it yet.
Sean Ficazzi's coming out to take a look at Victorino.
He still doesn't know that he swung.
Well, Charlie's going to come out. Chase Utley's walking toward the plate.
I mean, that's a strikeout.
Yeah, he's out.
They appealed to first base, and Honora said he swung at it, so it doesn't matter that it hit him if he swung at it.
So Victorino's walking up to talk to Brian Honora and say, you said I swung at that pitch? Well, here you go. A lot of times it's intense, and right there, he didn't swing.
No, that's awful. That's really a bad one. That's not even close.
Well, and even the intent wasn't there, too.
No, he started to go, and then the ball's running at him. He stopped, it hit him. That's
yeah, that's a bad call.
That's not good.
I mean, Tom Hallion didn't. I mean, initially said hit by a pitch, so they asked for help. Take a look at it. Are they saying it's a foul ball? No, they're saying he swung.
Yeah, and he got hit on the hand too.
Yeah.
He's still out in the field. Now see, Honora, they appealed to Honora, and Honora, you know, it's like a check swing. You know, he said, yeah, he went. Meanwhile, Shane's in pain from the ball hitting him, and he's starting down to first base.
He's going the wrong way, though, isn't he?
Yeah. What was the count?
Well, it was 3-2, unless the count was wrong.
Yeah. Unless the count was wrong, he's out. I thought it was 3-2 too.
Now, if he realizes that he's out, he's going to get even more upset, I would think.
Yeah, the count was. I think the count was 3-2.
I don't think they know right now. Now he's explaining to him. This is really interesting. They're all standing around a whole plate.
It's very affable to this point, but you know, no matter what happens here, he's out.
He's out, and the umpire made the wrong call.
Yes, unfortunately.
Here's the side swing. Look, the bat goes right there. He stops.
Yeah, not even close to swinging.
That's just not a good call. I mean, it's not a good call. No, 2 outs. Victorino's chirping with Brian Anora as he goes down the stairs, and he's right to chirp. And now the crowd, they've seen a lot of the folks here have seen the replay. They know.
Yeah. What you can do about that?
Nope. So here's Chase Utley, 3 for 12 of the series against the Giants in a home run. Phillies down 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. And the first pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, hopefully Shane's all right too, because he got nailed pretty hard on that.
Last start for Randy Wolf, he threw 50% fastballs at 88 miles an hour on average. He's thrown a couple at 90, and that one's at 89.
And at any point, he can throw that 68-mile-an-hour hook up there that he likes to do, and he'll back it up once in a while.
Yeah, he threw the hook the same amount of time, really, that he threw the cutter. There was like a 2% difference between the two.
Yeah, and he throws 2 different curveballs.
That ball's hit well to right field. Going back on it is Aoka. That one is gone. Solo home run for Chase Utley, and the Phils are on the board. It's his 4th of the year. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Nice short, quick swing by Chase Utley. It's his 2nd home run of his homestand.
You see, they haven't been back that long, but already those 2 guys, Howard and Utley, have 7 home runs. Just think about what you've missed. I think that was a cutter, either a cutter or a slider. It was a little harder breaking ball there. Just a spinner out over the plate, and as Tom said, a nice short, quick swing, and it just jumped out of here to right center field. That thing is way out, too.
Sure is.
It's like 7, 8 rows up.
Well, with 2 outs, the Phillies are on the board. And Ryan Howard will be the batter. By the way, Linda sold us. We didn't tell you this yet from Langhorne, PA. But you've won $100. Compliments of the McDonald's home run jackpot. We were keeping it a secret from you.
Yeah.
We would have told you eventually.
Well, you didn't have to go through all that angst wondering if someone would hit one.
1 ball and no strikes the count. Ryan Howard does not have great numbers against Randy Wolf. 2 for 17. Hits that one in the air to left field. Will it take off enough? Braun's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Gone! Into the flower bed. No, they're saying it's in play. Oh, they're going to review that one. Howard's on second. Whoa. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, Charlie Manuel's coming out. Now, Chad Fairchild, the second base umpire, had a better look at it than we did. But that ball was into the flower bed and came back. At least it seemed that way.
Yeah, it looked like it from here. Now we'll see in the replay.
Alfonso Marquez is the third base umpire.
There's Braun taking a look, and all it has to do is clear the fence up there. And
that's gone. That's into the flower bed. They'll review it, and they'll see that Ryan Howard has just hit his 4th home run of the year. And it's back-to-back between Howard and Utley to tie this ball game up at 2. And they better get it right, because they've already blown 1 call.
It's hard to believe that baby came bouncing out of flowers like that.
It was up there pretty high.
It was. Oh, what a first inning this is. Remember how much Randy Wolf liked to pitch here. He didn't like this ballpark. And, well, Ryan Braun knows that's a home run.
Ryan Braun and Carlos Gomez, they know that ball went out of the yard.
Remember Gary Maddox and Barry Bonds telling the story. Kenny Brett hit one in Candlestick Park. They had that low fence, cyclone fence in right center. It's a pinch hit, and it was a home run. And they called it a double. No replay, of course, in those days. And Maddox told us later, he hits that thing high in the air. He said Bonds and Maddox are looking at each other saying, don't say anything.
Well, you see that ball go over that short fence. You heard the reaction from the crowd a second ago. Tom Hallion came out, signaled home run, and Ryan Howard is crossing the plate as we speak. And it's a 2-2 ball game. Well, they got 1 wrong, and now they've gotten 1 right. And we're all leaving it 2.
Yeah, it looks like this place is going to be a shooting gallery here tonight. It's hot. The ball is really carrying.
So Howard and Utley now have 8 home runs between them.
They were just saying, well, they hit 7. Now they've hit 8.
Carlos Ruiz takes outside. It's 1-0.
Think about the little bit of time they've been back, and they have 8 home runs already. You just think of how. Can't look back. What are you going to do?
They've got back-to-back here. It's the 4th time this year the Phillies have got back-to-back. Think about how many times they would have done that in the first half of the year if the two were around together.
Yeah. Last time they did it was Utley and Ruiz at Citi Field, New York.
Outside, 3 balls and no strikes to Carlos.
Chris Young in that July 4th game they won that afternoon.
You gonna flash him the green light here?
Sure.
Ball 4 upstairs. A base runner now for Hunter Pence. Now with those 2 home runs and each home run hit by the Phillies this year, 1 tree will be planted by the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society as part of Home Runs for Trees, a partnership between the Phils, PHS, and Aramark. Home Run for Trees is part of Plant 1 Million, a project to restore the region's tree coverage. For more information, go to Phillies.com/redgoesgreen.
That's 8 home runs thrown by Wolf this year, 5 right-handed, 3 by left-handed hitters. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry.
I think you're looking at Doc.
I did. Yeah. I knew that was going to happen, and I'll tell you why.
Because you were working on your book on the way back from Cooperstown yesterday while you were driving?
13 home runs by Randy Wolf. No, I was, I was watching you yesterday, you and Sarge, and I was trying to get way ahead, and I put them on the wrong page, and I said, something's going to go wrong tomorrow. You watch.
Big swing and a miss by Pence. It's 0-2.
Make that 15 home runs now by Randy Wolf.
That's more like it.
And 12 right-handed and 3 left-handed. Darn, said I wasn't going to let that happen.
Inside, 1-2 to Pence.
You guys did a great job yesterday. Had a good game to do.
It was a good finish.
Working Sarge for 12. That was perfect.
Fingers to the bone, Wheels.
He's exhausted today. He told me he had to get his nails done.
Little number foul. Jimmy Rollins said that went up there, had that base hit to win the game. He was hungry.
Yeah. He also was hitting off a guy he knew pretty well. I was thinking that while I was watching that with you guys yesterday. I thought, he has a good feel for Brad Penny, who is not the same Brad Penny.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Pence. Runner at first. Runner takes upstairs, 2-2. 22 pitches now for Wolf.
Yeah, both these guys have struggled in the first inning. We've got a 4-4 game. Looks like some runs tonight.
Ron Renicky, the second-year manager of the Brewers. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. A couple strikeouts in this inning for Randy Wolf, but the Phillies go back-to-back. Chase Utley began it. He hit a long one to right field against Randy Wolf. After he crossed the plate, Ryan Howard, well, he was the next man up, and the big piece went opposite field with this one just over the fence into the flower bed, and the Phils tied it up at 2. to center field, and he's in for Shane Victorino. Juan Pierre is now the new left fielder, and Pierre will bat second for the Phillies. And as we start the top of the second, George Gutierrez will start for the Brewers. He's their catcher, their everyday catcher now. There's Pierre. So Victorino, who was hit in the hand but was called out on strikes, because Brian Anor thought he went around on a check swing. Clearly he didn't. Is being taken out of the ball game, I guess for precautionary reasons. There's a strike, 2-1 the count to Gutierrez.
Yeah, hopefully Shane's all right, because Charlie was a little heated between innings talking with Tom Howie, and hopefully Shane's all right, because he really started to swing the bat again recently and had it going, and then gets hit by that pitch there and doesn't even get awarded first base because he didn't swing.
And the Phillies have to settle for a 2-2 tie instead of a 3-2 lead. 2-2 the count. And Halladay ready to deliver. Just off the outside corner, 3-2.
Tom Howie likes to ring guys up too. It's a couple close pitches.
He's a good umpire. He's a good ball strike umpire.
I don't mean he likes to ring them up. I mean he just has an emphatic way of doing it.
Ball 4, a similar pitch. The last two. First walk issued by Doc. All right, Greg Murphy's ready for his Major League notebook. It's kind of a trade notebook. Go ahead, Murph.
It is indeed. I guess it's that time of the year, guys, where players are going to start to move, and that's why we have the Gwinnett Mercy College Major League Notebook to get you caught up to date. You guys talked about it earlier, and it is official. Ichiro Suzuki has been traded to the New York Yankees from the Seattle Mariners for 2 pitching prospects. So one of the best players in Seattle history is headed to New York. The Yankees are actually in Seattle tonight. A trade that could happen. Ryan Dempster of the Cubs is rumored to be heading to the Atlanta Braves for a couple of prospects as well. He certainly would help that rotation. And a deal that was just announced a couple of minutes ago. The Marlins have traded second baseman Omar Infante and pitcher Anibal Sanchez for a couple of prospects to the Detroit Tigers. So the Tigers staying in the race, and the Marlins, guys, it looks like has decided to start looking towards next year. Sanchez would have been a free agent at the end of this season. So the moves have started with less than a week to go before the trade deadline.
Ground ball right side. Nice play by Howard. His throw is there. 1. Do they get 2? Nope. These Torres is able to get across the first base bag in time. Good play by Ryan Howard to get the 1. Jimmy Rollins came off the bag a little bit to give him a better target. A fielder's choice.
Yeah, and a very close play at first base too. One of the hardest double plays to make, the 3-6-1, because there's all kinds of guys moving around. Ryan Howard stabs at this one. It goes right in the glove. Good job by him. And there's Jimmy giving him the good angle. Now the throwback, quick flip. Boy, that was close.
I don't know if these Torres hit the bag or not, because Halladay had the entire bag.
Yeah, it looked like for a second there like he was going to step on his foot. Randy Wolf can handle the bunt, as you said, bat, but you would think he'd be bunting here.
He's already squaring, and he bunts in the air foul. It's 0-1. By the way, just recounting those trades that Murph was talking about, Omar Infante was originally with the Detroit Tigers. It was then sent to the Braves, eventually sent to the Marlins. That's a good pickup for Detroit. And Sanchez is a good pitcher for them to pick up. He had been rumored of possibly going to the Red Sox. I should say back to the Red Sox.
Those are 2 really good players to add to a team that's trying to win. You know, Sanchez be a nice complementary piece for them. You know, he's not a real good guy when you got to count on him as a 2 starter, maybe even a 3. But you know, you mix him into their rotation, he should be comfortable.
1 ball, 1 strike the count. Wolf bunts at it and bunts it into fair territory. So the sacrifice is successful. The putout goes 1-4. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. A quick update of what's going on up at Citi Field. The Nationals have taken a 2-0 lead on a 2-run home run by Bryce Harper. So they're at the top of the second. And in Miami, the Marlins are shutting out the Braves 2-zip. Carlos Lee has an RBI for the Fish. The other thing, too, is the Marlins now can move Bonifacio back to second. And they can allow Ruggiano to play center field.
Right, and you know, who knows what kind of player they got back too. You know, whether it's a big time prospect or maybe a guy that'll help them in the future.
Here's Aoki with a runner at second. And he takes a change up inside, maybe a little high. It's 1-0.
Sanchez has always been one of those guys that drove the Marlins crazy because he had so much ability, but it just never really, he was never really consistent for them.
He's a 500 pitcher.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying he could fit into their rotation, the Tigers' rotation. If you know they've got a lot of guys over there, take the pressure off him. We'll see.
There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Aoki grounded out to second his first time up. 2-1 the count. It's a foul ball, and it's 2-2. I hope that gentleman made that catch because that ball was hit hard.
Yeah. This guy's aggressive. He's another one of those left-handed hitters from Japan. Looks like he's running before he swings.
Two balls, 2 strikes the count, and the pitch. And a breaking ball called strike 3. Got him looking. Second strikeout of the night for Doc. He leaves one in scoring position. And if you wanted to see Tom Hallion's strike call, well, here you go, folks. There it is. He might hurt somebody as he rings him up. We go to the bottom of the second here in Philadelphia. MLB.TV today to see every Phillies out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Phillies.com to order and get more details. MLB.TV. Baseball everywhere. Bottom of the second, Ty Wigginton, John Mayberry, and Doc will lead it off against Randy Wolf. It's been a while since he played third base. He gets a chance to start tonight for Placido Polanco, who has a stiff back. Charlie said he's been dealing with it since last week in Los Angeles. Just wanted to get another right-handed bat in the lineup against Wolf. Ty has not played a lot, and a lot of times when you don't play for a few days at a time, you can get into a little bit of a slump, but he's 0 for his last 12.
Ball he hit yesterday looked like it had a chance to be trouble.
It did.
Would it have topspin, you think?
It had to, because off the bat it looked like it was going to at least hit the wall.
Yeah.
But I thought off the bat it had a chance to get out of here.
Yeah, it did. It looked like it really jumped.
0-2 pitch. Fouls it back.
Funny when you watch a game on TV like that and you see it go off the bat and you think, man, that thing really jumped, and then it looked like it died out there.
Going in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wigginton last year against the Brewers hit .364. Takes high. It's 2-2. He also has pretty good numbers against Wolf, which is one of the reasons why Charlie put him in there today. He has the most at bats out of anybody in the starting lineup against Randy Wolf.
Yeah, Charlie really had to go back and forth with his lineup tonight because of Polanco. Carlos Ruiz has a sore foot.
That ball's hit hard towards short. To his right, he's Torres.
He wasn't quite sure whether he was going to play Ryan Howard again because he's been playing a lot. So, you know, he sat there. He called Carlos into his office to have a talk with Ruiz to see how he felt tonight. So there was a lot going on with that lineup before he could finally get it.
Yeah, Carlos is not only bothered by a sore foot, he's bothered by a sore arm. Don't forget he was hit by a pitch the other day in his arm. Well, he's been hit by more pitches than anybody else in the National League. And today, Charlie said about Ryan Howard, he said, well, I got to let him loose eventually, so here we go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, he kept going back and forth whether he was going to play John Mayberry tonight, and then he finally decided, well, I'm going to go with this and play John, play Wigginton, and give Polanco the night off because of, you said, his back's bothering him.
Mayberry had 2 home runs in yesterday's ball game. As Wheel said, it's a similar left-hander in Randy Wolf compared to Barry Zito, but he ties him up with a cutter. They appeal. No swing, says Brian Honora. I thought he'd get more of a reaction from the crowd on that one.
Yeah, Wolf does throw a lot of this. He has a higher velocity fastball than Zito.
Yes. Opposite way and a base hit for Mayberry. Weeks was playing toward the middle, so that left that right side wide open. This is that play we were talking about. See, now he didn't go there. Now here's Mayberry. Did he go here? Well, he went there.
Oh boy.
Brian Honora said no. That's tough to call those check swings, Wheels.
There's a human element involved in this game.
Halladay squares, bunts it, foul. And it's 0-1. Doc's hitting .222 this year. He has 6 hits and 27 at bats. And a bunt up the front. That's a beautiful bunt. Randy Wolf will make the play, and Halladay has the sacrifice.
And he's really worked hard on that since he came over to the National League. He has 3 this year, now 24 total in his career. And you know, the first year he was here, first few months, he couldn't get a bunt down to save his life. Fouled everything off. But now he has a real good idea how to do it. Look how he got the bat out front. You know, they use that expression, let the bat catch the ball. Boy, that was a perfect example of that. Good job by Roy Halladay.
Well, now Rollins has a chance to give the Phillies the lead in this at bat. Doc, a perfectly executed sacrifice bunt. And a runner in scoring position. Rollins is 0 for 1. He popped out his first time up. And a curveball drops in for a strike. It's 0-1. Jimmy's numbers, well, look at that. They've increased immensely with runners in scoring position since the last day of May, or the last week of May. Mayberry leads off second, and the 0-1 pitch. Popped him up. Corey Hart is over, and he's going to be out of room.
Carlos Ruiz, he almost got hit again. He's laughing about it, but you know, he's a target.
By the way, Wheels, Jay McLaughlin just announced in the in-house PA that it's a right elbow for Shane, not the hand. So it's the elbow.
Yeah, you know, in that last replay we just saw, it did look like it hit him on the elbow. So hopefully just a crazy bone shot, you know, and he'll be okay.
0-2 the count to Jimmy Rollins. Rollins pops it back toward our direction. Oh. A couple of gentlemen had a chance, hit off the stairs and went right back into the lower level.
Chance of a lifetime right there.
And the youngster was able to catch it out of the air. Nice job.
That's nice to see the kid do that. Randy Wolf's throwing a lot of high fastballs at Jimmy Rollins. Now he goes downstairs after that. There was a point in Randy's career when he was a young pitcher. He used to get a tremendous amount of swings and misses on high fastballs. It wasn't like he was a real, you know, big velocity guy, but they said he held the ball. He hid the ball really well, and it got on hitters, and they would swing and miss at him. You know, probably not as much now at this point in his career.
Two and two. That pitch low and in. That cutter was low and in. Well, we talked about this before. The percentage of use for Randy Wolf: 50% fastball, 20% curve. For the season, 12% cutter. And then the slider, which you just saw, which he throws 8% of the time.
High pitches. And his curveball's two speeds when he starts to do it. He'll throw one in the 60s, one in the 70s.
That almost looked like the changeup. Outside, 3-2. Juan Pierre's on deck, getting a chance to hit for the first time.
Yeah, they have a base open now in a left-left situation. So, you know, you can see he's picking a little bit right now with Jimmy Rollins, even after he got ahead of him.
Rollins lines it towards short, caught out of the air by Torres. Got it just toward the end of the bat, out in front a little bit, and the side is retired. No runs, one hit, one man left in scoring position. On to the third on Italian Heritage Night here at the ballpark. Off the field as the Birds prepare for the 2012 season. Watch Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Woodbury Nissan on Sports Night tonight and every night at 6 and 10 on Comcast Sportsnet. Top of the third, all evened up at 2. Phillies had back-to-back home runs from Chase Utley and Ryan Howard. First time in their career that they've got back-to-back against a left-hander. And we begin the third. It'll be Carlos Gomez, Ryan Braun, and Aramis Ramirez. 2, 3, and 4 for the Brewers. Gomez was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and then scored his first time up. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to him. And he takes a strike. It's 1-1.
I guess he was determined he was going to take one.
He was swinging for center city on that curveball. Almost corkscrewed himself right into the ground.
This guy had a great series here against the Phillies either last year or 2 years ago. He caught everything out in the outfield, made unbelievable plays. He has a lot of tools, but never really put it all together.
1-2 pitch outside, 2-2.
He's been hurt a lot, but he can run, he can throw, he can play the outfield.
Line drive, base hit to right field. Pierre cuts it off, bobbles it for a moment. Gomez thinking about two. Nice throw by Juan Pierre. That's a really good throw. So a leadoff single here in the third. All right, Wheels, I know you missed it for a couple of days, but it's time now for the Dodge Stuff the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com, go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Yesterday we gave Sarge a question about himself. Name the 3 Milwaukee Brewers that have won the Most Valuable Player award.
I know none of them are Alejandro Pena.
He only had a cup of coffee that year. I guess.
Laughed out loud when I heard him say he had a cup of coffee for Alejandro Pena.
The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning.
And Sarge, I mean, that guy could throw hard too.
Yeah.
I said that to Sarge today. He says it's not hard enough.
0-1 the count to Ryan Braun.
The famous one was the one off Royce. You know, you see over and over and over. And of course, he got Fernando in that series too.
He thought he got Fernando twice because he's a left-hander. He figured he had to get him at least twice.
We're getting Alejandro Pena. That guy had threw some bullets.
Gomez goes. Pitch is taken inside. Throw to second by Ruiz is not in time.
Yeah, really fast.
Second stolen base of the night for Gomez. 17th of the year.
Every time we see him, he looks like he's a good player, and then you look down at his numbers, and he does have 8 triples, or 8 doubles and 4 triples. Now Carlos Ruiz does everything he can, throws a little bit high, but you're going to get most guys with that time that he just did there. Halliday's time to the plate and Ruiz's release and throw to second, you're going to get most base stealers, but not him.
Halliday just threw his 50th pitch.
Yeah, it's getting up there kind of fast tonight.
Opposite way, off the glove of Ryan Howard into right field. Gomez around third, heading for home, and he'll score, and the Brewers take a 3-2 lead. So an RBI single for Braun, his 66th RBI of the year. That ball was scorched off the glove of Ryan Howard.
Yeah, that thing was really hit hard. That was one of those do or dies. Put the glove down, see it goes in, and it did. Gomez did a lot of that hot dog stuff that he enjoys doing as he scored. Here it is right here. It's a one hopper. Did it hit the cutout? Pretty close to it.
Yeah, pretty close to it.
Yeah, and that helped to change direction. As you said, that's a very difficult play. And, you know, he's not able to come up with it.
Now Aramis Ramirez, who doubled home a run his last time up, out in front of a curveball.
Got to throw him something out of the strike zone on the first pitch. It's amazing. I guess there's times when he takes it, but I don't know if we've ever seen it.
Aramis Ramirez has hit 322 home runs in his career. Inside, 1-1. That was a sinker from Halliday.
Say he's been really good on their ball club too.
He said he's quiet. Have to keep an eye on Braun. He has stolen 16 bases this year. Runner goes, pitch is hit in the air to right center field. That's pretty well hit. Pence on the run, out to the wall, reaches up and makes the catch. And Braun retreats to first. 1 out here in the third.
It's two babies Ramirez has hit out that way tonight. Saw that one a little bit quicker, judged it better, took it off to the side and ran it down. The first one kind of froze him because it was hit right at him. This one, he gets, it's a cutter, it looked like, and he got a decent jump on it, and then got the angle, and then reaches up and catches it.
That'll bring Corey Hart to the plate. Hart lets a topper back to the box. Halladay off the mound, thought about second, but goes to first. And 2 away for Ricky Weeks. Weeks struck out his first time up. Last year at this point, Ricky Weeks was hitting .269 with 20 home runs.
Man, what a great scouting report that was on him. That he just keeps swinging and missing things, and he misses them by a lot. There he goes, and then he takes one right down the middle. And now the odds are, if he throws him something out of the zone, he'll chase it.
Well, he struck out 868 times, which is 5th most in Brewers history. You got a couple Hall of Famers on that list.
Let's say the guy in the top struck out a lot, but so what?
0-2 the count, and the pitch from Halladay. Outside, the throw to third is not in time, and Braun swipes third. Third stolen base of the night for the Brewers against the Phillies.
Carlos Ruiz must have thought he had a pretty good shot at him, because you really don't even want to see him throw there. With 2 strikes on a guy who's struggling like this guy is, you know, if he gets the third, all right. You know, the odds are you're going to get Ricky Weeks out.
Ground ball foul. It remains 1-2. Doc is 2 strikeouts away from a little history, some individual history. He has 1,998 career strikeouts, and he's 2 away from becoming the 4th active pitcher in baseball with 2,000 strikeouts. Pretty nice honor. Now the 1-2. Got him. 1,999 for Roy Halladay as he retires Ricky Weeks for the 2nd time on strikes. The Brewers retake the lead in an RBI from Ryan Braun. We'll be back with the bottom of the 3rd. See your local Chevy dealer. Visit ChevyDealer.com. Buy Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. Buy the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play Harley-Davidson wheels. The new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. And buy a Honda. Visit your Honda dealer right now for great deals. Only a Honda is a Honda. You ever ride a Harley-Davidson?
No. No.
Moped?
They look pretty cool, though.
Moped?
No.
Scooter?
I don't think so. Bike?
A regular bicycle.
Oh, yeah. Kind of have a bike when you're a kid, right?
Juan Pierre will lead it off, hitting for the first time.
Got the training wheels off quick.
A couple years ago?
Really? No, I need them back on now.
That is true for all of us. Ramirez in on the grass at third, and Pierre hits a foul up to the Hall of Fame club. Pierre's playing for Victorino, who started tonight, was hit by a pitch, but then was called out swinging on strikes. They took him out as precaution. He has a contusion to his elbow. And Ramirez is not buying that swing. He's still in at third. Slow curve.
Juan Pierre was out here before the game. He must have bunted 100 balls. They were all over. It looked like a hailstorm out there. They were all over there, or a driving range or something.
That's what he does.
It's amazing to watch him.
I wanted to tell him that Billy Hamilton kid he and I were talking about last week, the kid from the Reds organization, who's up to Double-A. He's also up to 113 stolen bases.
Already?
Yeah, Swan and I were talking about it last week, and he was blown away that he was at, I think, 108 at that time. And Pierre, knowing that the Reds are going to be in the race in September, he said he's going to be up.
Sure.
He's going to be up, and they're just going to use him to pinch run late in the game. I said, can you even fathom that? He goes, I can't fathom.
It's July.
2-2 pitch from Wolf. Inside, 3-2. I don't know if you were on or Sarge was on when I was telling the story. He said, you're going to have to go talk to Vince Coleman and Ricky Henderson about that.
That's right. Those are different. That's a different base stealer.
Back toward the box. Randy Wolf has always been a good fielder. One out here in the third. Now the Brewers will be in town for the next couple days here in Philadelphia. In fact, tomorrow at 7:05. There are good seats still available if you want to come out and check out Cliff Lee against Zach Greinke. That's a heck of a pitching matchup. That's worth the price of admission. Wednesday is the Citizens Bank Business Person Special. And after the ball game, a Model Sporting Goods Kids run the bases. Chase Utley hit a home run his first time up. In fact, Utley and Howard went back to back. I mentioned it was the fourth time in their career. First time against the left-hander. The other three times it all happened in June. I don't know why that is, but it just all happened in June. Ooh. Chase was thinking about taking a hack at that curve.
Yeah, that's one of those ones with no reason, no rhyme, no reason. Just happened in June.
Hit foul, 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss, a high fastball for the second out. The strikeout is the third of the night for Wolf.
Yeah, as Tom said, a high fastball, and Utley looks at it. That's a pitcher talking about earlier. When early in Randy Wolf's career, he threw a ton of those high fastballs like that. The guys did just that, swung and missed them. thing was probably about 89, 90. I didn't notice what it was out there, but you know that's normally where it is right now with him. It was a little bit more when he was younger.
It was in low 90s. Howard homered it the opposite way his last time up. Phillies down by 1 here in the 3rd.
Yeah, they used replay on that one.
Howard takes strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here we go.
Here's a look at it. Kind of inside outs out a little bit, goes in the flower beds and then bounces right back out. And they didn't see that. And finally went to replay and got it right. Umpire's probably thinking, no way a ball's going to go into foliage like that and come popping up in the air.
Well, it's hot, Wheels. Everything's dry.
I guess.
Checks his swing. Yes, he did, according to Fonzo Marquez. Don't want to overstep our bounds tonight. 3-1 the count.
Hitters down, big boy. It's gonna be a strike.
Swing and a miss. Looked like a strike coming out of his hand, and it was a ball probably about 40 feet from the mound.
Yeah, well, in Ryan Howard's mind, he's going to get a fastball here, too. Only right now, this is not a fastball. No, that's a breaking ball.
He might get it again. A liner to right center field. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to go to the base of the wall. Howard on his way to second. Well, he's had 2 really good swings against Randy Wolf tonight. He has 2 extra base hits. I think everybody in the ballpark is glad Charlie let him loose. Started him for a 4th consecutive day.
Yeah, this looked like another breaking ball, and it hung a little bit. Good swing right there, real tight. Got the bat head on it and rips the ball into right center field. You know, it's funny when you watch him out there, he gets moving a little bit. You know, he's starting to run a little bit better, and he, of course, is safe at second where you are safe and secure with New York Life.
Now Carlos Ruiz is up with a runner in scoring position.
Well, that doesn't mean you can score from second on a base hit, but well, we'll see.
They're deep. Carlos takes low. It's 1-0. Carl Graver, our statistician, just gave us this note. Through 96 games since the year 1921. Wheels. Who was president in 1921?
Woodrow Wilson?
Well, I don't know, so I'm going to say yes.
I don't know.
Carlos has the 5th highest batting average in Phillies history at this point. You care to take a guess at who had the highest? 1 ball and 1 strike the count.
On the Phillies at this point?
Yes, since 1921.
Lenny Dykstra.
That's close. He was second in 1990 with a 353 average, tied with John Kruk, who in 92 had a 353 average.
Okay.
Tied with Irish Musial from 1921, who had a 353 average.
I remember Lenny and Johnny Kruk. I don't remember those other guys.
Well, you remember the guy who was first.
Could have been Whitey.
It was Whitey, 357.
Yeah, you figure that.
In 1951.
Whitey had a heck of a chance when you're talking high batting averages.
And Carlos is 5th.
There it is on Ashburn Alley.
Wills, you're correct about Woodrow Wilson being in office. He was in office till March of 1921. And then Warren G. Harding took over.
Saw Warren G. Harding throwing out a picture of him throwing out a first ball in the Hall of Fame the other day. Should have remembered it was 1921.
Did you steal it?
No.
3-1 the count to Ruiz. Carlos takes ball 4. He's walked twice tonight. I get the feeling that Randy Wolf hasn't wanted anything to do with Carlos in these first 2 at bats.
Well, Randy Wolf is that kind of pitcher. I mean, when he gets base runners, he's really slow, and he'll start picking out there, and he'll decide who he wants and who he doesn't want, and that's what a veteran can do.
Hunter Pence struck out his first time up. Takes inside on a breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes the count. It's 65 pitches now for Wolf.
And both these guys have thrown a lot of pitches. That's why we're, this one's not moving along real fast.
Brewers do not have a great bullpen. They do have Livan Hernandez, though.
And Axford has.
He's now the setup guy.
Yeah.
Or cleanup guy.
Rodriguez is a closer right now, and that's another guy they think maybe could be moved to a contender. K-Rod.
2-0 the count. Wolf has 6 3-ball counts so far in this game.
Yeah, that's the kind of pitcher he is now. And when men are on base, the game really slows up. They'll drop that thing on you in a 2-0.
Well, good for Pence, though, to take it.
Is that one of the 60s? 69.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll throw one in the 70s, one in the 60s.
Liner foul out in front. Look out. Nice catch.
Really? No glove? Man, that's a heck of a play.
Father son. Boy, they look a lot alike, don't they? Look at that.
Odds are those guys are related.
Yeah.
Look at this. There's a baby coming out there. And what a
nice catch.
Play. He even gave a little, Guys played some baseball the way he gave on that. Of course, that was self-defense, too. He better caught that or he'd have been in trouble.
It all worked out for him.
Yeah.
Ground ball towards short. Chopper right at East Tourist. And the Phillies threaten in this inning but do not score. They leave a couple. 6-4 on the putout at second base. We go to the 4th. Brewers up by 1. Like Boise fireworks paper in 29 vibrant colors. From who? But W.B. Mason. We go to the 4th inning. It's taken a while, but we're here. Gary Matthews joins us up here in the booth. And Sarge, I was commenting as you sat down, I don't usually see what kind of hat you're wearing when we're in the office earlier in the night, that you're wearing a really white hat tonight.
Somebody took my blue hat, or they're borrowing it or doing something. I mean, I couldn't find my shirt either, by the way. Thank you.
I did not take your shirt. I did not hide your shirt. I do know who hid your shirt, but I did not hide your shirt. Gutierrez takes a curveball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. In fact, you could probably talk to the person who stole your shirt if you just start, speaking to Murph in a second or two.
I don't mind them taking it. I wonder if he has my hat then.
Murph, do you have Sarge's hat by any chance?
I would never touch Sarge's hat. I promise you that. Sergeant, I only hid your shirt. I was going to let you know where it was.
Okay. Here we go.
He wants you to get even with him in the standings.
I guess. whatever it takes.
2-1 the count to Gutierrez, who walked his first time up. And there's a strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sarge, your assessment so far of Doc, getting a chance through 3 innings. What do you think?
A little warmer for him today. He's working up a lather. But, I think for the most part, he's been fine.
Back to the mound. Pretty good hop for him. And 1 out.
Well, the one thing you don't see, like we've done before, I mean, usually you just see a whole bunch of different strikeouts. Right now, 3 so far. But he is getting to the point where he's starting to get those hitters off balance. And believe it or not, even not having that really sharp control where you're actually throwing that ball inside, that's a good pitch. Being able to get them off the plate.
Luis Torres reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. So he's up with 1 away here in the 4th. Couple pitches, and he's got 2 outs here in the 4th. Let's go back to Murph. He has a special guest with him. Murph, take it away.
Yeah, I do indeed, T-Mac. And, it's not often we get a chance to talk to fans from the opposing team, but Ben Rouse is next to me. He is a fan of the Milwaukee Brewers, and you're a pretty big fan, and you're undertaking something that most people probably couldn't handle. What are you doing?
So I'm attending all 162 Brewers games this year. This is game number 95. It's been a dream of mine. I figured, 25 is a better age than 65 to make it happen. So quit my job after working for 14 months, and here we are.
Here he is, but there's really a backstory to this story because there's a reason you're doing this, and it certainly is a good cause. Tell us why you're doing this.
Right. So in 2007, I was diagnosed with leukemia. In 2009, I got a bone marrow transplant, and at the time, there was about 16 million people in the registry, and there wasn't a match. So luckily, I got a double umbilical cord stem cell transplant. Worked out great for me, but the fact that there's still patients out there who are looking for matches and don't have them just goes to show that the more people we can get in the registry, the greater the likelihood a patient will find a match.
And the registry website is Be My Match?
No, it's bethematch.org. You can click, join the registry and type in your zip code. I think there's one upcoming August 16th. It just takes a Q-tip and some saliva and your contact information, and you're in the registry.
So there you have it. Certainly a great cause. Getting a chance to watch 162 baseball games. We know all about that, but Ben doing something a little bit greater and trying to find the matches. Good luck to you. Welcome to Philadelphia, and continued health and success.
Thank you.
All right, Ben Rouse, guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. Boy, that's a great story. And not only to be able to promote what he's trying to do, but also take in the national pastime throughout the course of a season as Randy Wolf singles to center with 2 outs here in the 4th. So thank you, Murph, for that. That's a great story.
That is a great story. And to go out and see 162 ball games of your team, I think it's just awesome. Doesn't matter what team you're actually rooting for, as long as you're a baseball fan, and that's the way it should be. And all the different ballparks that you go to should be able to enjoy it like it is at your own ballpark.
Yeah, and there are a number of different sites that you can go to donate your marrow. And of course, Murph just talked about the one, but anything you can do to help your fellow man, it's a pretty sweet deal. 0-1 the count to Aoki with 2 outs here in the 4th. Randy Wolf over at first. Aoki is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second. He struck out looking. Doc's about to throw his 75th pitch of the night.
He really wraps that bat. Surprised he's able to hit that high right now. 283. It almost kind of points it the other way.
Back to the middle off the mound. He's got a base hit. And that'll put runners on first and second now for Carlos Gomez. Have some of the Okie fans here. They were holding up a sign for him a moment ago as he was coming up to the plate. He was with the Yakult Swallows from 2004 to 2011. He was, there are guys that like Yu Darvish and Ichiro and Hideo Nomo that you hear about that when their bidding process comes up, you think, all right, those are going to be some special players.
Yeah.
His was somewhat more subdued. But the Brewers were able to win the bid and sign him to a 2-year contract. Carlos Gomez rips one deep. And it hits the foul pole. It's a 3-run home run. Hits the pole, and the Brewers are on top 6-2.
Oh, boy.
Man, he crushed that ball. I thought it was going to hook foul.
Well, let me give you, there's an example for all you youngsters out there of how to hit a breaking ball. He stayed right there. He didn't even give 1 inch. Gomez, take a look at this as that ball comes in. You see how he never even budges? And when that ball hangs like that, it's almost as if you're right on the tee. That's exactly what Tom was talking about. Thought the ball was going to hook foul, but when you hit them that hard, they don't have a chance to do that.
All right, Braun takes a strike. It's 0-1. So it's a 4-run Brewers lead. Carlos Gomez has scored 3 runs.
2 stolen bases.
Back toward the middle again. Rollins is there. All this with 2 outs. And the Brewers are retired here in the 4th, but they scored 3 runs on the home run by Carlos Gomez. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Phils have some catching up to do. Down 4. Your Quality Plus Ford store today. Go further with 3 vehicles that get 40 miles per gallon. By W.B. Mason, you can't go wrong when you buy right. And by Toyota, every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. Carlos Gomez has had himself a heck of a night so far. He has scored 3 runs. He's driven in 3 runs. I don't know what it is. He's done some damage against the Phillies.
Well, he ended up hitting a hanging breaking ball. I mean, he stayed right on it. That's what you call really picking up that spin on the ball. Other than that, you bail on that ball a little bit, you're not able to hit it like that.
Well, Michael Schwimmer's warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies, so Doc's due up 3rd, so he may be done for the night. Randy Wolf has a 4-run lead to work with. Certainly not an insurmountable lead. And Ty Wigginton takes strike 1. It's 0-1. Wigginton grounded out his first time up.
Yeah, almost the same for Doc too, though. I mean, he goes through the same thing where you end up on that DL. You almost start all over there as a pitcher, building that arm back up. So it takes time for him, like it would hitters, to get back in the groove of things.
Yeah, Doc's allowed 6 runs on 7 hits. I think what's going to eat at him is the fact that he gave up the single to Randy Wolf with 2 outs.
I see usually too that curveball that he throws, that ball will be down in the zone as opposed to being up. It would have been less damage even if he hit it.
0-2 pitch coming to Wigginton. And he's tied up with a high fastball. Wolf has done that tonight.
Yeah, he's got to get it down.
That's 4 strikeouts. Arizona Diamondbacks will be in town, Sarge, after the next road trip for the Phillies. It's a 3-game series, 2 night games, and then the day game Sunday, August 5th at 1:35. Order tickets by checking out Phillies.com. Well, Doc's coming out of the on deck circle, so maybe he's not done.
Well, he is a great competitor. You know, he does not want to go out the way that the game is right now.
Mayberry singled his last time up, and he lines one down the left field line. It is a fair ball, and it's going to go to the corner. So he has another extra base hit as he pulls into second with a stand-up double. Two home runs yesterday. He's got 2 hits today. 13th double of the year. Is the perfect pitcher for John Mayberry.
Yeah, any of the left-handers, to be quite honest, and he just looks so much more comfortable at the plate. See how he goes into the ball? Doesn't do that against righties, but take a look at that. He's just smashing the ball off of those left-handers. And he has it in him to be able to do the same thing against right-handed pitchers.
Halladay swinging a miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Mayberry's already in scoring position, so Doc's going to try to bring him home. 6 for 27 on the year.
Good curveball in a good spot. Want to try and lay off of that high fastball. You know, he's not throwing it very hard. Just want to lay off of it. It's difficult to get on top of the ball.
Outside, 2-2.
Another one of those pitchers. You can't be afraid to have 2 strikes on you. He does have a tendency to nibble quite a bit, wanting you to swing at pitches that are out of the zone.
At the knees, and Halladay's down looking for the 5th strikeout of the night for Wolf.
I don't know about that call. Let's take a look at it. You be the judge on this one. See where it is.
Well, the catcher guitarist lifted it up. Let's take a look at the side view. Yeah, it's above the knees. So it was over the plate.
Maybe a little too close to take.
There's Jimmy Rollins. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out. He's lined out softly to short.
Now, once he's established where he's going to call that ball down near the knees, as the hitters now, you got to go on and offer of it.
Mayberry's on second. He doubled with 1 out.
Be a big run to pick up after they've just scored 3.
I agree with that. Just to, keep moving the chains a little bit. To right center field, and Aoki is there, and the Phillies leave 1 in scoring position. So the Phils have left 5 through the first 4 innings. We've completed 4. We move to the 5th. It's 6-2 Brewers. sports when you're on the go, delivered right to your smartphone. Now available on your iPhone and Android. Download the free CSN Sports app today. We go to the fifth. Doc's still out there as he's down 6-2. He's trying to pitch a quiet top of the fifth inning here, Sarge.
Yeah, no. This fastball out of the zone. Ramirez usually stays on that first pitch fastball, and he takes it.
Well, 90 miles an hour, you know, that's been the neighborhood that Doc's been in with his fastball. 90, 91 in his last start. Around 90 here tonight. As he has said, the velocity is not as big a deal as long as he stays loose, which he seems to in between innings, which was important.
Yeah.
He's been able to sit down, get back up, and stay loose.
Yeah, well, I think, too, though, in this weather, you'll be able to do just that.
0-2, lifted to right center field. Pence won't be able to get to it. It'll play it on a hop for a leadoff single.
That's a good pitch that he hit. That ball inside on him. He's another one of those hitters that has an inside-out type swing, and that's why he drives in so many runs all the time. You know, over 1,000 for his career. He's a solid hitter, hits 300. Pretty good defensive player, good guy to have on your team.
Well, as we mentioned before, he's having himself a good year and a pretty good run. He's hitting over 325 in his last 50 games. Corey Hart is the hitter. He's 1 for 2. Fly ball center field, playable for Mayberry. Got a pretty good backdrop to look up at with these the cloud cover. A reminder, every time the Phillies retire the opposing team 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports, giving you all your favorite sports all year long. Ricky Weeks is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Halladay 1 strikeout away from 2,000 for his career.
Wow, 193. Woof.
A line drive to left field. Pierre is there. That's what happens when you're hitting 193. You can hit it hard, you're going to hit it right at somebody.
Well, he's probably doing a lot of striking out, hitting that low. Let me tell you. Much better athlete than a buck 93.
So Weeks is 0 for 3. George Kataris is 0 for 1 with a walk. He's up there now.
I think that's where Doc ends up getting hurt, where he doesn't have that same velocity, you know, that he's had before. We've seen him up there near 93 at times, 94. So you're throwing that ball 90, 88 to 90 and 91. I mean, it's a pretty big drop.
Runner goes, and the throw to second is in time to get Ramirez. That'll wrap up the 5th inning. Doc stepped off. The Brewers must have thought they saw something. Maybe they did, but Doc was able to step off and catch him stealing as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. Pretty good crowd, it looks like, on hand. Ashburn Alley is packed right now. Phillies fans hoping for a little more offense. Team's down by 4 as we move to the bottom of the 5th. Oh, those folks out there at Italian Heritage Night, Sarge.
Wow. Nice night for a game. It's kind of cooled down a little bit. Not as humid. At least it doesn't feel that way.
Well, Sarge, you have a fan that's blowing on you here in the booth.
Well, that might be the reason.
Juan Pierre takes outside. It's 1-0.
I was going to say, though, I mean, pitchers, they seem to be sweating quite a bit.
Those Italian style shirts that the Phillies can buy here at the Majestic Clubhouse Store. Italian colors on those shirts. Different music being played throughout the ballpark during the course of the night. The air hits it the opposite way. Ramirez in on the grass, throws him out easily for the first out here in the 5th.
Oh, any place but right at him, the ball is through. But just about every team plays him up front there on that grass.
Friday, August 10th at 7:05 is the Toyota Wall of Fame night. Mike Lieberthal will be inducted into the Phillies Wall of Fame. It's the start of a 3-game series. It is the alumni weekend here at the ballpark. August brings plenty of great opponents and promotions. Tickets are available at Phillies.com. Cardinals still battling for the National League Central, although it's the Reds and the Pirates that are sitting toward the top. Cardinals are 5 games back. Want to know the count to Utley, who homered his first time up.
Now, Cincinnati just had a big series against the Milwaukee Brewers.
Reds have won 4 straight. The Pirates have won 5 straight to keep within reach. They're a half game behind the Reds in the Central.
Boy, those Pirates are for real.
Brewers, meanwhile, come into this ball game. They've lost 3 in a row. They lost the 3 games to the Reds. 2-0 the count. Way outside, 3-0.
It's not a lot of runs to overcome. 4 runs. Let me tell you, especially when you see the ball traveling the way that it is tonight. Another low pitch that's been called. You know, 3-2, that you won't be able to take that same pitch.
Well, now the 3-1 on the outside corner, 3-2.
Chase is just making them pitch, understands the situation that you need base runners.
Although he is struck out tonight, I think he feels like he can catch up to Wolf with 2 strikes.
Well, and he's not overpowering, but again, he hits some spots at times. It's a good eye. He's good at that.
And a 1-out walk. Utley's aboard for Howard. Ryan, who came into this ball game 0 for 12 with 6 strikeouts against left-handed pitching, has a home run and a double.
Yeah, both him and Chase Utley, only 5 for 31 going into the game off of him. After those 2 home runs. That's why that was really so significant. So that means that they're not really seeing the ball, or Randy's making really pretty good pitches against them.
Howard takes strike 1, so he's behind, no balls and 1 strike.
Pretty good pitch right there. Good pitch for him to hit. He's more of a, for me, low ball type hitter, Ryan Howard.
Outside. Did he go? No, this is Alfonso Marquez. Howard fouls it away, 1-2.
Okay, even coming back though, he's not swinging as maybe as hard as he did previously before that injury. Problem that he's having is still with the breaking pitch, and you knew that was going to happen in coming back. Probably the most difficult pitch to hit when coming back from an injury. And the reason is just to gauge the break on the ball. Takes you some time to be able to do that.
Right, when you're down at extended spring and you're taking BP, it's all 60 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour.
Exactly. Plus, too, you're not under usually game situation, and you're certainly not under game situation like you would be in the major leagues.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Howard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Right past Sam Perlazzo, and it remains 2-2. They are really making Randy Wolf work, even though he only has given up the 2 runs. He's run a lot of deep counts tonight. We've seen him sharper than this. He has 8 3-ball counts on the evening and 6 full counts.
Huge to get another base runner or have a ball hit in the gap. Want to try and sneak back and get a run some kind of way rather than to wait until toward the end of the game. Start chipping away on this lead right away.
Howard fouls it off. And again, it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Six pitches for Wolf. He's due to bat 3rd in the top of the 6th. This may be his last inning. I mean, he's to left field. Braun goes back out to the warning track, to the wall, and he has room. And Utley, who was past second, has to retreat across the second base bag and back to first. Just missed that one.
Well, you're right about that. But see, that's what he gives you, though, Ryan Howard. Every time he comes to the plate, he's always a threat to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Just missing that. He thought he had enough room, but you see, Braun, good technique as he gets back to the wall. Doesn't even look back. He puts his hand back just to see whether or not the fence is going to go, and right there the fans will tell you barely got from going out.
2 outs. Rick Kranitz is out to talk to Randy Wolf. And Carlos Ruiz, who has walked twice, is the next hitter. You have Ruiz, who's walked twice, and you have Pence on deck. Rick Kranitz has been with the Marlins and the Orioles, now with the Brewers as Ron Renicki's pitching coach.
He's with the Cubs for a long time in the minor leagues as one of their instructors.
Utley leads off first, and Carlos takes low, 1-0. To straightaway center field, and Gomez is out there. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. The Phillies have had a base runner in each inning tonight. They've left 6 through 5, and we move to the top of the 6th.
moved from the rotation to the bullpen. The right-hander pitched shutout baseball for 7 innings in his last start for the Phils. And since Roy Halladay's return, Kyle Kendrick is now working in the later innings to help relieve some of the struggling relief corps. Kendrick hasn't allowed a run since June 28th. His arm has bolstered a bullpen in need. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Now more than ever, we're here for you every step of the way. On Italian Heritage Night here at the ballpark. The Fanatic doing a little dancing with one of these security guards here.
When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love.
We begin the top of the 6th, and George Kataris will take inside. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Phillies down 6-2. Doc pitching here in the 6th. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. I guess he was determined to get into the 6th inning tonight, even though he's allowed 6 runs on 8 base hits. A 3-run home run has been the backbreaker. That's a really good pitch. 1-2.
Well, he's got to work through some of those type of problems, being able to throw the off-speed pitches where he needs to, and that one to Gomez, he just hung out over the plate.
1-2 pitch. Grounder back toward the middle, and Utley circles it. Well, the Fanatic went from security to the Philadelphia Police. He just wasn't content, Sarge.
Yeah, it's hard to keep a straight face, too, by the way.
Got that 4-wheeler down, though, doesn't he?
Oh, boy.
Cesar Torres is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a fielder's choice, grounded out to second, lifts one down the right field line. That one's deep. Pence on the way to the track. He has room, makes the catch. Cesar Torres has been very helpful for Doc's pitch count tonight. He has swung at the first pitch in his last 2 ABs.
That's good. And Hunter Pence making a little fine catch out of that.
Well, Randy Wolf, who has singled, I thought his hit in the 4th was a big one.
Yeah. Had a lot of pitchers, for whatever reason, for me, getting too many hits off of our pitchers.
Wow, this is very helpful. Doc may come back out and pitch the 7th inning. Who knows? 4-3 on the putout. 1-2-3 go the Brewers. Doc sets him down in order. The last couple of innings have been pretty good for him. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Phils in search of a little offense. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building.
By McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, any size soft drink or sweet tea is $1. And by Nissan Summer Savings Days. Get to Nissan for the biggest savings under the sun. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local Nissan dealer. Bottom of the 6th inning. On Italian Heritage Night, Scott and Larry
That's unreal.
an accordion.
Well, and you know he's going to do the dancing. Okay, I mean, really.
Where the heck did they find that?
Well, believe it or not, it was in our office for a pretty long time.
Really?
Yes.
Who's the gentleman?
Well, that I can't tell you. I just saw the accordion.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you try it?
I was going to.
Well, you should have tried.
No, I know, but usually I've been taught that if it isn't mine, just don't pick it up.
It's never stopped you before.
I'm sure you were going to pick it up right away.
I would have tried it. I would have. Hunter Pence starts the bottom of the 6th for the Phils. We Pence swing it to the Mayberry, and he fouls the first pitch back to the screen. It's 0-1. All right, Sarge. Randy Wolf, we've seen him a zillion times during his career. I know he's 35 years old now, but he's not overwhelmingly sharp tonight.
No, not overwhelmingly sharp, but putting the balls where he needs to, and then he has a pretty big lead to work with. So pitchers that aren't throwing as well start throwing well when they get those runs. They're able to settle down and pitch in a way where, let's face it, did you ask for that, Tom?
I did not ask for the accordion to come in.
Yeah, you did, too.
No, I didn't. I think it was just because...
just a coincidence, huh?
I think it was. Wow.
All right.
Here, step right up here, sir. Pence hits one to third. Little music in the background as he's thrown out at first. How long have you been playing the accordion? Too long.
Too long?
Since you were 5, so you've been playing it for 10 years? That's amazing. Is this the most requested song that you have? Yeah. Has to be, Sarge, right? What is your name? Joe Soprati.
Wow.
Oh, very nice. Thank
Very
you, Joe.
good. Thank you.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Now, are you going to go over to the Milwaukee Brewers TV booth from here? All right, see you. Thanks, Joe. Ty Wigginton's the hitter with 1 out. Takes inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Sarge, did you get his card for your next party?
Wow. I tell you, got all kind of entertainment going on here.
Larry's wedding.
Wow. I'll have to ask Larry about that.
1-1 the count. That ball is ripped to left, but playable for Braun. He must have got it toward the end of the bat. And there are 2 outs.
Did you get a chance to say anything to Wills about the Hall of Fame there?
Not yet.
Well,
there was a lot going on early on. I figured we'd talk to him about it as the evening moved on.
Okay, well, good. He actually got announced, and Tim McCarver announced him. He got up and was able to wave his hand. Renee did actually the same thing, and believe it or not, he had a little tear in his eye.
He did?
Yes. Very emotional for him, and then he said that he was glad that Renee and Wills was able to actually come there. It meant a lot to him, and that's when he started to teary up a little.
Mayberry fouls it back. It's 0-1. Well, we'll ask him about that when he comes back in.
Well, obviously quite an honor, though, to be able to be there and then to have a friend to ask you. And then to be able to stand up and wave and be a part of the ceremonies. Just glad that he didn't really boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Just a little bit of tears there.
Right, Wheels is a very emotional guy. These Torres, nice play in the hole on 1 hop. That's a heck of a play to wrap up the 6th inning. 6-3 on the putout. Phillies go down in order. We've completed 6 here at Citizens Bank Park. We go to the 7th inning. Learn at a young age. You can appear at a ballpark near you.
summer. You see a 2-2 game in the first inning as Chase Utley, Ryan Howard went back-to-back. Carlos Gomez's 3-run home run's a big blow in this game right now, his 6th of the year, and he has had a big game tonight. 3 runs, he's stolen a couple bags. Randy Wolf has been very good. He gave up those home runs in the first inning, but other than that, he has been solid. Roy Halladay gone now. He owes 6 innings in. How many pitches he throws, Thomas?
I don't know what the final total of pitches were for Doc tonight. 6 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 92 pitches.
92, okay.
Last couple innings were very good for him. So Michael Schwimmer will take over here in the 7th. And Schwimmer will face Aoki, Gomez, and Braun. And the first pitch, a fastball for a strike. By the way, Ichiro is wearing number 31 for the New York Yankees. He was acquired today by the Yankees from the Seattle Mariners. And he's the most heralded offensive player, most heralded player from Japan to come over to the major leagues. This is Aoki's first year in the big leagues. 1-2 the count. And he got him. Down on strikes, 1 away here in the 7th. And that'll bring Carlos Gomez to the plate, who has 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored. He's 2 for 2. Fouls it back. It's 0-1. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. The Mets and the Nationals are tied at 2. Game's in the bottom of the 7th inning. 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. $43,717, the 252nd sellout here at Citizens Bank Park. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Gomez was hitting .215 since coming back from the disabled list before tonight's ball game.
Yeah, he's been the difference in this game tonight.
Matty Parra warming up at the pen, former starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers.
A lot of control problems throughout his career. Now he's a reliever.
Line drive down the left field line. Ooh, nice catch. That is one heck of a catch from Genevieve. She's been a Phillies ball girl for the last couple of years, and she read that beautifully. Nice job.
That baby was hooking, too. This is a heck of a play. Right out near that guy who made a heck of a catch earlier. Outstanding. That'll be all over everything.
That's a good job.
She's going to be famous.
In the dirt, 3-2 the count. Low ball 4, and Gomez is aboard. So they walk him with 1 out after working ahead.
On base 4 times tonight.
Let's see what he does here. He may try to steal again. He has stolen 2 bases so far. Ryan Braun is 1 for 3, single home run in the 3rd. Rounded out to short the last couple of times, or a couple of times tonight. Taps it foul, 0-1. said Ryan Braun's numbers this year are probably even better than last year when he won the most valuable player. It's hard to imagine, Murph, that his numbers would be better.
Yeah, you guys talked about it earlier in the game about the issues he had in the offseason, which certainly raised a lot of questions and a lot of doubt whether or not he deserved the MVP award. But he did exactly what he needed to do, and that's come back this season. And you take a look at the numbers. Maybe play even better. His batting average is only down 10 points, but you look at the power numbers. His RBIs were about the same. This is all coming into tonight's game through the same amount of games as last year, and they're remarkably similar, except for the home runs, which are up by 9. So it's an impressive display for Ryan Braun, and probably what he needed to do. Ryan Howard unable to hold on to that one.
That would have made everybody kind of happy that Carlos Gomez was picked off there. Yeah, I think that. With everything that surrounded Ryan Braun, obviously the positive test after the postseason, and then somehow being able to have that positive test overturned. He had something to prove, and he's proved it. I don't know if the public sentiment is on his side. I would think that folks, even though that they threw out that positive test, I think there's probably a majority of folks that still think he, may have used a performance-enhancing drugs or something that was on Major League Baseball's list.
He's probably pretty mentally tough to be putting the year together that he is.
Yep. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Because he hears it, and he's an outfielder, so he's out there, near the fans, and there has to be some of that. In certain cities more than others.
The throw over on 1 hop. Howard is able to knock it down.
One way to slow him up, hit him with a throw, and it did.
Caught him right on the elbow.
He may have gotten a crazy bone shot like Shane got earlier tonight. At least we hope that's all it was for Shane Victorino.
Well, they're awfully close to getting him.
He may have had him again, but he didn't hold on to it. See, Ryan Howard's motioning to Schwimmer. The ball's sinking.
One ball, 1 strike to count to Braun.
He has to be at the end of his lead right now. He could be out twice.
He's going. Pitch out. Ruiz's throw is in time. Got him. Love the tag, too, by Chase Utley. Little authority on that tag.
Yeah, he's tired of watching him tonight, too.
You don't think there was a purpose in this tag?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Oh, I totally agree with you. Watch him put this down.
And his knee is down, too. He wasn't going to get to the bag.
I thought he beat it, but did he beat it?
Nope, I don't think he did.
The naked eye.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
But he's out.
Glove, hands. Well, he may have beaten it.
Bet he did.
Yep, but he didn't. 2-2 pitch coming to Braun. Swing and a miss. He got it with a slider. Good pitch by Schwimmer. Faces the minimum here in the 7th inning at Citizens Bank Park. It's time to stretch here in Philadelphia. Carlos Ruiz helped the cause. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-2 Milwaukee. Time now for the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Wheels, we gave you one of the answers a little while ago. Name the 3 Brewers players that have won the Most Valuable Player award.
Well, sorry, I had him down.
You did have Ryan Braun down.
And I got Robin Yount.
Robin Yount. Now, the way we work it now is that you have to say ding. That's what Sarge did yesterday.
I heard him.
Did you say?
Yeah. Ding.
Yeah.
I hope.
All right, ding again.
Is Robin Yount a ding?
Yeah.
Ding.
Twice. All right, now there's a third.
I don't know.
Really? You don't know?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I'll say. I'll say. Paul Molitor.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Oh, that's a good guess. It's not Paul Molitor, though. He is in the Hall of Fame, though, and he was on the mound.
Oh, I saw him this weekend.
You did?
He was reaching for a shrimp when I saw him. Rolly fingers.
Rolly fingers. That was not the hit I was thinking about giving you.
No, he did the same table, hors d'oeuvres table.
Oh, it is Rolly fingers. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
Still got that baby, too.
Does he? Well, it's all part of the shtick, Wheels.
Yep. Got to have a shtick, you know.
How was the shrimp?
I didn't have any.
So, Matty Parra will come on to pitch for the Brewers here in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Fontenot will pinch hit for the Phillies and Michael Schwimmer. So Parra takes over for Randy Wolf. It does a good job today. He ran a lot of deep counts, but he allowed just the 2 runs on 5 hits, the 2 runs on back-to-back home runs. Through 108 pitches. Fontenot taps it foul. It's 0-2. Overall, enjoyable weekend?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun and really exciting just to be there and be a part of it. And I don't know, you've been there, and there's just something special about Hall of Fame weekend. And to see Tim get that Ford C. Frick award was great.
0-2 the count to Mike Fontenot. And he takes high 1-2. Well, I was going to ask you about it, but Sarge let the cat out of the bag. He said you cried when Tim spoke and introduced you.
I did not cry.
He said you cried.
What would he know?
Okay, but it's okay if you did.
He didn't cry. It was pretty nice when he said the things that he did in front of everybody, but he cried.
On the hands, a pop-up back a third. Aramis Ramirez out there. He can't get it. Kind of got caught. He got tied up. And some new life for Mike Fontenot.
Yeah, Ramirez is pretty good on those. But wasn't able to get it now.
Genevieve caught hers.
Can I?
Well,
that's what we're trying to go to right now. Like, would she have caught that?
Well,
that was a tough play.
She would have caught it. She had a better angle, though.
Right.
49 games without an error for Aramis Ramirez, and he just got charged with one there.
That's a pretty tough error, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, you're trying to catch one of those.
1-2 the count to Fontenot. Tried to check. Did he go? Yes, he did. Ball's in the dirt. Kataris will flip to first. And there's one out. They may change that now. We will see. K2-3 in the put out. And Rollins is coming up to the plate.
Here's a pitch. Look like a breaking ball from Parra. Hard slider down and away. Nice block there by Kataris to control it. And Fontenot did swing, and they throw him out at first.
Jimmy Rollins is 0 for 3 tonight. He's popped out, he's lined out, and he flied out to right. Takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. All right, was there a coolest moment or coolest person that you met this weekend? Anybody that really stood out?
Oh, I'll tell you.
That you never met before?
No, I did. I was just going to tell you because you'll get a kick since we just did the Dodge question there.
Stump the Fans.
I'm talking to Johnny Bench. And I said,
all right,
how many balls? He said 7.
7 balls that he could put in his hand?
I said, we had it as a quiz, and I guessed 6. He said, no, I had 7.
What had won the count to Rollins? In the dirt, 2-1.
It was pretty neat in the special dinner for Timmy afterwards by Fox. The commissioner came in with Jerry Reinsdorf, Tony La Russa. They all came in to see him, and he's standing there looking at them. Well, that's a pretty important corner over there.
Was Bob Gibson there?
He was there. He was there for the dinner. Lefty was supposed to be there, but he couldn't find it, I don't think. He showed up later.
Count is 2-1 to Jimmy Rollins. Did Tim mention Bob in his speech?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
he told
good.
the story.
Oh, did he?
Oh, he told the slider story. Oh, yeah.
Outside. Rollins looked at Tom Hallion and asked about the count. The board said 2-1, but it was ball 4. So 1-out walk. These lucky fans were not as lucky as Wheels this weekend, being at the Hall of Fame, but they are today's Citizens 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. Juan Pierre will hit with a runner at first. Pierre is 0 for 2. And a breaking ball inside, 1-0, and Kataris will go out to the mound to talk to Manny Parra.
The way the ball's flying around here tonight, you know, and they don't have a great bullpen either. You get a chance to score. It's not like they have lockdown guys out there. You know, we get late into a game, we think it's over. Well, the Phillies, that's another thing this year you're going to look back on. See how many games they had trouble trying to score from the 7th inning on against teams' bullpens. It's amazing.
Well, they may start to get somebody up in the Brewers bullpen. They may not, although Parra's done pretty good this year. His earned run average is decent.
Yeah, and he's their one lefty, Tom, and then you got Utley and Howard. So, you know, that was the idea with 3 lefties in a row here and to turn Jimmy around right-handed.
There's Axford, their former closer, who is going to start the throw. It's 3-0.
Yeah, you know, Ron Renick's thinking, well, there's Axford, as Tom said, that I got one left-hander and I want to find the perfect spot to use him. Well, after Randy Wolf left, after doing a really good job, decided, well, here's my spot.
Francisco Rodriguez, the closer. And Pierre takes a strike and probably take another pitch here. Phillies down by 4. They need something to spark this offense. Ball 4. First and second, and Utley's coming up.
Sometimes a couple walks can do it.
Sure. Well, with 1 out, first and second, Chase Utley is up. Phillies and the Brewers this Wednesday. It's a 1:05 start, and it's also Christmas in July. It's a Citizens Bank Business Person Special, and we invite all fans to bring new unwrapped toys, which will be collected by the Phillies ball girls, including Genevieve, and you can congratulate her on her great catch. And volunteers at all entrance gates. Various local nonprofit organizations will be the beneficiaries. Brewers are 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position. The Phillies are 0 for 4. And Chase Utley is the hitter with 1 out. Utley's homered tonight against the lefty Randy Wolf. And he takes a fastball for strike 1. You figured he had to be taken because Parra has been kind of all over the place.
Yeah, and Chase Utley's a guy who takes the first pitch quite a bit, and just the whole combination. Oh man, I jumped when he did that.
Fanatic is he's distracting Pete in the camera well.
Well, it won't work.
In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Some youngsters wearing the Fanatic dangle caps. Pete, maybe if you wore a dangle cap every once in a while, you know, he wouldn't bother you.
We're lucky enough to have Pete up here with us when Charlie's not here as our home plate camera guy.
They have been patient with Parra.
Well, he's trying to throw a lot of sliders, and you know, he got Fontenot to swing. Got him out, but good job by the next 2 guys, and now Chase Utley running a deep count, or ahead in the count.
That time is called here in the bottom of the 7th. Gutierrez goes back out to talk to Manny Parra. In the bullpen, Axford continues to throw. Axford came onto the scene a couple years ago when Ken Maka was the manager and Rick Peterson was the pitching coach. It turned out to be a pretty good relief pitcher for the second half of the year. He and Cameron Lowe. Last year he was outstanding as the Brewers closer. Hasn't really had the same success.
Hard fastball, hard heavy fastball, good slider. Had that look.
Runners go. Pitches in the dirt. Double steal, and it's 3-1.
Great job. They read it really well. They've been watching Parra, watching him, decided, okay, we can go. And Jimmy Rollins goes. Juan Pierre, watch how well, he didn't even wait. He knew he was gone and he had it stolen, so he just took off.
Well, now a base hit can make this a 2-run ball game. They make it a brand new ball game with Rollins at third and Pierre at second. A good count for Chase Utley. It's 3-1. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. It's 3-2.
He's just going to keep throwing those sliders. I mean, that shows you right there. He's behind in the count. 3-1. Howard on deck, another left-handed hitter, but you know the potential tying run if he walks in there. And he threw the breaking ball and he got it over. Shows you what he likes to throw.
In the dirt. Bases are loaded. 3 straight walks. Rick Kranitz is coming out. That means no change. Howard will face Parra.
Yeah, he's got one more hitter. You know, he's just letting it get away, and the Phillies hope he really lets it get away now.
Ryan Howard has homered tonight. He also hit one to the wall his last time up. He doubled back in the third. He was seeing Randy Wolf tonight.
Yeah, there we go in the first inning, and this is the one that goes into the flower beds out there, pops back out. They called it a double and then reversed it. So Ryan Howard and Chase Utley had gone back to back, and then he hit one off the end of the bat the last time up, and it carried all the way out to the Budweiser sign. The ball really carrying here tonight. Brewers playing a ballpark where it jumps when it's hot, and they talking to Brian Anderson and Bill Schroeder, their broadcasters tonight. They said it's been a really hot summer in the Midwest, and the ball has been flying out of that place.
It's another sellout here at the ballpark, and they've got some life in them right now. They always do.
One side also make it go through. You know, this is one of those things. Watch the line drive, make it go through. We can go one base at a time if we have to. We're trying to catch up. We're down by 4.
First pitch coming to Howard. And a breaking ball low. 1 ball and no strikes.
No reason to think you're going to get too many fastballs. We've been watching this guy. It's a bit like Antonio yesterday without the success.
Tom Hallion, I believe, is a little upset with Manny Parra's body language.
Yeah, he thought that was a strike, and he was giving Hallion a little heat. Not heat, but as you said, body language.
Good speed all the way around for the Phillies.
He's just going to keep throwing breaking balls. What used to happen to Parra when he was a starter. He'd get all over the place in certain innings.
Fastball. That was even wilder than the breaking pitch.
Yeah, they're playing Ryan Howard pretty deep in the outfield, shading him slightly towards left center. See it give him a pull area in here, but you know he's one of those left-handed hitters that when he hits the ball in the air, he usually hits it to left and left center.
Although he did pull Wolf for a double, the right center back in the third. 2-1 the count to him. Here's the pitch. Off the glove, a guitarist going back to the screen. Parra doesn't cover. No matter. Rollins scores. It's a 3-run game.
And they want to know, did he swing at that?
The appeal? Yes, he did, says Alfonso Marquez.
So it's a strike. The count's going to be 2-2 because he did swing at that. I thought he did. But guitarist doesn't catch the ball and see how they score it. But the Phillies have a run out of it. Right there, he just doesn't catch it.
He didn't swing.
Nope, he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't swing.
Nope, he sure didn't. Thought it was one that they probably had a check, but he did not swing.
And a call, strike 3. Howard down looking, second strikeout of the inning for Parra. That should be it for Parra because Ron Renicky has the right-hander warmed up in the pen.
Well, he checked swings tonight. Having trouble with it.
Well, and you wouldn't think that a check swing would change the complexion of a game, but it could.
Yeah, sure does. Instead of it being 3-1, it's 2-2. Here he starts him with a breaking ball low. Breaking ball for a strike. There's a fastball in. Another fastball in that gets away from Kataris that they called a strike that he swung at. And now he throws a real good breaking ball there. Ryan, I think, thought that thing looped the plate and was inside.
So pitching change with runners on second and third and 2 outs here at the bottom of the 7th. The run is in for the Phillies. The tying run is coming to the plate. Carlos Ruiz is due up. This is an AT&T call to the bullpen. With reaction to the NCAA sanctions against Penn State, plus Derek Gunn is at Lehigh as the Eagles rookies begin practice, and the Phillies Brewers highlights and analysis. Get all the news Philly fans need to know on Sports Night, presented by Toyota. After the ball game, after Phillies post-game live, that is, only on Comcast Sportsnet. John Axford is the new pitcher for the Brewers, 3-6 with an earned run average over 5. One swing and it's a 1-run game. One big swing and it's a tie game. Pierre's over at third. Utley's at second. Utley taking a look, see where the outfielders are, looking to see that they're deep. Ruiz is 0 for 1 tonight. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1. Axford's a guy who looks like he belongs in an old country western movie.
Oh, he had the perfect look for a closer. You know, that goofy look. But he was so good, as you said last year. Really heavy, hard fastball, good breaking, hard slider. Very effective, and well, you can go away in this business.
Looks like he should be a marshal or a villain in one of those old movies. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, 2-1.
Got a little Randy Johnson look on.
See his numbers a year ago. That doesn't include the saves. His earned run average is a lot higher right now at 5.08 than where it was last year at the end of the year.
Walks have hurt him.
Axford had 46 saves a season ago.
A lot of strikeouts.
Count is 2-1. Carlos tried to hold, but he went. It's 2-2. There's the slider.
Yeah, that's that nasty breaking ball we were talking about. How hard he throws it and how tough it can be on right-handed hitters. Anyway, they think they can put him in this role and get him straightened out.
Pierre's at third. Utley's at second. 1 run is in. From a fastball. I thought he'd come back with a slider. He may see the slider here.
Look at the velocity on that.
It's 97.
Yeah. And a high 80 slider. But it's just not working this year.
Again, the 2-2 pitch coming to Ruiz. Slider hit foul.
It's really tough for your right-handed hitter to stay in there against a guy like this. You know, you see Carlos is just opening up on that because that this guy is so big and he throws so hard and that breaking ball is so hard. Guys open up against him. So when he gets it down and away, he's going to get those swings and misses.
Now it's 2-2 to Carlos. The runners lead off. Second and third. Up and in. 3-2. Hey, makes you jumpy.
Oh. Yeah, you don't know that he may just figure I got a base open. Maybe I want Pence here. Oh, I'm not going to worry, and I'm going to throw that 3-2 slider, and he can lock a hitter.
Carlos got another fastball. 97 on the gun again.
Yeah, it's just tough to get the head out on that because you have to have slider in the back of your mind too. Hey, there's your accordion player, huh?
Yep, Joe's out there.
He played a little Lady of Spain for me in the back of the booth. All accordion players play Lady of Spain. Got a great picture of Jim Fregosi with an accordion when he was a kid. I wish I still had it.
Since he was 5, he's been playing it, Joe.
Joe has?
Some bring their glove to the game. Some bring their Fanatic Dangle cap. Some bring their accordion. Joe is very nice to go from booth to booth.
Yeah.
I think Teresa, who has the headset on there, she's ready to bring him up to the dugout to do a little dance with the Fanatic.
Right. Say, boy, this is a long inning. Only 1 run so far. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts.
It's the 10th pitch of the at-bat for Carlos Ruiz with runners on second and third. Slider and a called strike 3. He locked him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he can do. And when he throws that hard, then he can drop that breaking ball on you.
Phils get a run without a hit. They leave 2 in scoring position. They've left 8 tonight. We've played 7. John Axford's not the closer he used to be, but he closed out the bottom of the 7th for the Brewers.
Jefferson University Hospital. Call 1-800-JEFF now for an appointment. By Citizens Bank. We're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Our buddy Joe, the accordion player, was back in action in between innings on the dugout with the Fanatic dancing along. Not in his wildest dreams, Wills, when he started playing at the age of 5, did he ever think he'd play in front of this kind of captive audience?
That's great. Jake will break out a little tarantella.
Yeah, Jake Diekman is the new pitcher for the Phillies, facing Aramis Ramirez. He takes outside. Ramirez is 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI double.
That makes you think you're in some place with a red tablecloth.
1-1 the count. See Diekman's numbers: 1-1, a 5.03 ERA. He's been very good at times. He's also, had a few hiccups. Three and 1 the count. That one got away. Corey Hart on deck. Line drive caught by Chase Utley off the glove side. He got a good jump on it. And there's one away. Nice reactions by Chase.
Hit off the end of the bat just a little bit. Ramirez can drive the ball to right and right center, as he's proven tonight. Takes another shot at right field, and Chase can play all the way back with no base runners and makes a good play.
Brings Corey Hart to the plate. He's 1 for 3. And Hart takes inside 1-0. Six runs on 8 hits for the Brewers. 3 runs on 5 hits for the Phillies. Rolled up his arm. He picked it up off the stairs. Nice job. Now the Toyota Major League scoreboard. Emilio Bonifacio, home run and an RBI. Miami beats Atlanta 2-1. Now Washington is tied with the Mets at 2 in the bottom of the 9th inning.
The Braves and the Nats are going to be chasing each other. And that's a tough loss. Not a tough loss, but that's one of those games that gets away from Atlanta right there tonight. Game I'm sure they think, well, we got to win these kind of games.
Foul tip into the glove, 2-2. They have not made that trade with Ryan Dempster official as of yet.
Well, from what I heard, Dempster has a no trade, and he doesn't have to go there if he doesn't want to.
I think you prefer to stay in Chicago.
They say the Dodgers, are interested too, and he could be interested in the Dodgers if they can work something out with them. All speculation. You know how it is nowadays.
Sure. The count: 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hart in the pitch. Outside 3-2.
But I had a pretty good source who shall remain nameless. Don't throw him under the bus.
Ricky Weeks waits on deck with the count 3-2. got him. Good pitch, 96 on the fastball, so 2 outs here in the 8th. Now Diekman is able to get the 2 right-handers. Now he'll get a chance at another righty. Well, that's a tough pitch.
Good sink.
That's what he has. He has that ability.
And right-handed hitters are, left-handed hitters are very uncomfortable against him. Right-handed hitters more comfortable. But the more he can do that and run something in on them like that, he can make them a little bit jumpier.
Ricky Weeks 0 for 3.
Where he gets hurt is the way he got hurt the other day with Kemp when he throws that fastball out over the plate to a right-handed hitter and he just wailed it into the seats.
Phillies dropped 2 of 3 to the Giants this weekend. They matched their loss total at home from a year ago already.
Amazing.
And they won yesterday. You figure every time they get a win, you start to feel good about what their potential is for the rest of the year. 2-0 pitch to Weeks.
You're running out numbers from the 72 Phillies yesterday, though. That was scary. You don't ever want to think.
I thought it was interesting, though, that Jimmy Rollins knew.
He knew
that if they had lost yesterday, it would be the first time since the 72 team that they would lose 8 straight at home.
I heard him say that. I thought, oh no, because that was grim.
Weeks just walked
59 games that year they won, and Lefty won 27 of them.
So with 2 outs and a runner at first, Gutierrez's night will be done. Maldonado is going to be the bench hitter. Martin Maldonado. Jonathan Lucroy was their starting catcher at the beginning of the year, and he was off to a torrid start. And then he broke his hand when he fell on a suitcase. Maldonado's numbers in 46 games. So Martin Maldonado up for the first time here. Weeks leads off first. Got to keep an eye on him. I say that because this is just a 3-run ball game. He may try to get himself in scoring position.
Sure. He probably hasn't been on base a whole lot lately. Would like to try and run. And it's not like they're wasting a pinch hitter here either if he were to be thrown out, because this guy's going to stay in the game.
Weeks does not have a giant lead. He's back pretty easy, but he has stolen 6 bases this year. He's been perfect so far, and those are his career numbers. 106 for Ricky Weeks, 22 caught stealing, 83% success rate. That's pretty good. Late on a fastball is Maldonado, 0-2. Brewers have Jose Veras warming in the bullpen. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Diekman's ready. There's Veras, the veteran. Man's been around the block a time or two.
Yeah. Like Alejandro Pena,
who had several cups of coffee.
You know, He had a whole pot.
And a called strike 3. Ran it right at the knees. Second strikeout of the inning for Diekman. No runs, no hits. One man left. Phil's offense will get another opportunity when we come back at the bottom of the 8th. Cut into the lead. The ball game to catch for the Brewers. It's 6-3 Milwaukee. Phillies will send Hunter Pence, Ty Wigginton, and John Mayberry to the plate. Wills, it's time for our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game. Genevieve, well, that's not the catch. It's the kiss from the guy who caught it. And then Genevieve, a little later on, delivered with some leather.
Had a big night out there.
Yes, you did.
What a catch that was. That was really impressive. Here's another look at it. Still good.
So those are W.B. Mason deliveries of the game. We start at the bottom of the 8th, and Hunter Pence waves at a slider, 0-1. Genevieve was at the Ryan Howard event the other night, along with Rachel. Both ball girls helped out with the live auction that was taking place. Phillies ball girls will be out Wednesday. There's Alicia. Phillies ball girls will be out on Wednesday collecting gifts for Christmas in July. They do an awful lot of good work in the community for the Phillies.
Yep. They'll probably be here for the ALS night, I would think.
They will. Yep. That'll be Thursday.
We'll all be here for that. Great cause.
Which we invite you to check out Phillies.com when it comes to the ALS Phillies Festival on Thursday. It will start a little earlier. Because the gates will open a little earlier.
I noticed that, yeah. Phillies are headed to Atlanta after that.
Three balls, one strike to count to Pence. Hit on the ground is short. Well, that ball hit the grass and then shot to the left a little bit.
He hits hard ground balls.
With one away, it'll bring Wigginton to the plate.
He's a top spinner.
Ty hit the ball hard his last time up, but he was retired by Ryan Braun. He's 0 for 3, a ground out, a strikeout, and a line out to left. And he takes high, a fastball 1-0. You figure they're going to try to get Axford through this 8th inning, and then it's Rodriguez to pitch the 9th for the Brewers if it's a save situation, which it is right now. Down the right field line, and that's a foul ball. Oh, it's 1-1 the count. This is one of those things that the Phillies have had trouble with, not the Italian ice, but they've had trouble with late in games, as Will said, just getting to the other team's bullpen.
Yeah, and it looked like they had a shot last inning when Parra got so wild, but they could only get the one out of it on the pass ball.
These Torres have been busy tonight. He's retired the first 2 hitters in this inning, and there are 2 gone for John Mayberry. Mayberry has 2 hits and 3 at bats this evening. Well, the Phillies trail after 7. They're 1-39. When they trail after 8, they're still looking for their first win.
Yeah, that's the point. That they've just struggled with the other guy's bullpen.
Without having any of the numbers in front of us, I mean, fans know that there's always electricity here at the ballpark, and you know, over the years since this park opened, you just didn't leave late in the game because you felt like something was still going to happen or still could happen.
Yeah, well, we just spent a lot of time this summer talking about the way it was as far as the way they had a home field advantage here, and this year it just hasn't been that way. Baseball.
1-0 the count to Mayberry. 1-1 the count. A strike at the knees at 97. Yeah, but even with the struggles, it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense, and that's why this game is very puzzling sometimes.
Over to shortstop again. He's Torres bobbles, has time, and he's out at first. 3 ground balls, all different in personality to Cesar Torres. And again, Axford works a 1-2-3 inning here in the 8th. We go to the 9th here in Philadelphia. A unique Phillies alumni luncheon at the Diamond Club Thursday, August 9th from 11:30 till 2:30 here at the ballpark. Listen as Bill Giles, Tim McCarver, Kent Tekulve, Bobby Wine, Mike Lieberthal, and more share their Phillies stories. And guess who was just added? Not Jim Fregosi, not Pat Burrell. Kevin Stocker was just added.
Kevin Stocker.
The event includes photos of the 80 and the 08 World Series trophies. Call 215-463-1000 or visit Phillies.com/alumni for more information.
Got Jimmy down there with Pat Burrell. Huh?
I didn't realize Pat was in town.
I didn't see him either. I didn't see him upstairs, and I did see the gentleman in the glasses was upstairs.
Always good to see Pat.
Italian Heritage Night.
Yeah. Always good to see Pat. Always good to see Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Pat is scouting for the San Francisco Giants.
And you see, you know, you listen to you sit there and listen to Jimmy, you'll learn something.
Joe Savory is on to pitch for the Phils as we begin the 9th. Former Philly Cody Ransom is on to hit. See Savory's numbers: 0-2, a 5.87 ERA. Actually, that's not Cody Ransom. He's on deck. It's Cesar Torres. He's Torres 0 for 3. A couple ground outs to fly out to right. So it'll be Torres, Ransom, and then the top of the order. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Phillies in their half of the 9th will have the pitcher spot. Despite the fact that he's a very good hitter, Joe Savory will not bat. Then Rollins, then Pierre. Pop up shallow center field. Rollins is out there. What a way. And here comes Ransom. Picked up off waivers by the Brewers from the Arizona Diamondbacks. They had a little hole at shortstop that they were trying to fill. Ransom actually hit some big home runs for them when he first got brought over.
Yeah, they say they really missed Alex Gonzalez.
That's who they decided to sign. There were rumors in the offseason they were going to sign Jimmy Rollins. And Rollins re-signed with the Phillies. They signed Alex Gonzalez. He was hurt. And Ransom hitting .211 with 8 home runs for the Brewers overall.
And they said Gonzalez was doing a typical Alex Gonzalez job, and then catch everything, make all the plays, get clutch hits, be a good guy in the clubhouse, and then gone.
That was a 55-footer from Joe Savory. 1 ball and 1 strike. Savory, his last major league appearance was back on June 27th. Since he's been brought back up, that was after the All-Star break. He hasn't pitched, so he's been anchored in the bullpen the last week or so.
Yeah, he's been hanging out there for a long man situation, and they haven't had one.
He did pitch on the 8th of July against Rochester. 2 strikeouts and an inning of work.
He was the 1 pitcher remaining in that game in Los Angeles last week when it ended on the Kemp homer in extra innings.
In the dirt again. 2-2 the count.
That's the last time Cliff Lee pitched. We'll go tomorrow night.
Yeah, Cliff Lee pitched very well the other day. Phillies unfortunately did not get a win for him, which has been the case often this year. Well, advantage pitcher with those numbers.
Phillies had Cody Ransom, pretty good fastball hitter, struggled with off-speed stuff, especially changeups from left-handers.
He's now 35 years old. Actually 36. Foul tip into the glove of Ruiz, and there are 2 outs. There's that slider, part of the repertoire that Wheels talked about. Now back to the top of the order for the Brewers and Aoki.
You really want to throw Cody Ransom off speed if you can, and you know, even in that case, it goes not change up, but breaking ball here on 3-2 and swings over.
Aoki is 1 for 4. He singled and scored in the 4th on the 3-run home run by Gomez. That's pretty much the difference of the game. Gomez's home run. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Couple pretty good sliders from Savory.
Yeah, that was a good breaking ball there. Yeah, all the we talked about in the opening tonight about the bullpen's been better lately, and they have been here again tonight. And that home run that Gomez hit was a killer run right off the 2 outs, nobody on base, and then Randy Wolf got a base hit. And then this guy got a hit, and then Gomez hit the curveball off the pole.
Wigginton will give that a look, but it's going to be out of play. And now it's 1-2 to Aoki. What do you think the ratings are going to be in Ichiro's first game tonight with the Yankees over in Japan?
Wow.
I mean, seriously, they're going to. Hiroki Kuroda's pitching for the Yankees.
That'll be tomorrow morning in Japan,
yeah,
right?
And Ichiro is going to play for the Yankees. Slap shot to left. Pierre knows all about that. Makes the catch. A 1-2-3 ninth inning for Joe Savory. Good job by the bullpen tonight. 3 scoreless innings. Now the Phils down by 3. Try to get something going when we come back in the bottom of the 9th inning. Take place, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. It features Ricky Metallico's breakdown of this ball game between the Phils and the Milwaukee Brewers. The hope is he'll be able to break down a come from behind victory here at the bottom of the 9th inning. It hasn't happened often this year for the Phils, but again, stay tuned for Phillies Post Game Live. It's presented by Cure Auto Insurance. It's coming up right after the ball game. Francisco Rodriguez is coming out of the pen for the Brewers as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. He's the closer for Milwaukee. He may not be for much longer. 2-4 this year with a 3.71 earned run average. Now, he has not been lights out by any stretch. You can see it by the numbers. 44 hits and 43 2/3.
Well, he's another guy, throws a lot of pitches, walks guys and pitches backwards. He'll run deep counts and all, but throughout his career, he's been able to get the job done for the most part.
Lance Nix will pinch hit for the Phils here in the bottom of the 9th. Had a swing and a miss at the first pitch. He threw him a fastball, and it's 0-1.
When he was with the Mets, it seemed like he always had a base runner or two against him, but didn't necessarily score.
Nix had a pinch single in yesterday's ball game. Well, it wasn't really a pinch single. He came in part of a double switch.
Big hit.
It was in his first at bat. It was huge.
Yeah.
He even said that today, that it felt great just to do something positive since he's missed most of the year with that calf injury.
Well, he gives them the play. They really thought they had a nice player in him to play some outfield, pinch hit, do some things to help them off the bench. Maybe, play quite a bit in left field. But then he got hurt.
Hit hard, foul up the first base line.
He has some power too. You know, he's one of those guys that can pop one once in a while, and maybe win an extra inning game for you that's tied. You know, something like that. We're staying around for that guy.
Yeah. It's one of the better giveaways that they've had here at the ballpark. That Chase Utley, remember that Chase Utley blue jersey?
Mm-hmm.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Lance Nix. Swing and a miss at a breaking pitch. 1 away here in the 9th inning. Well, 6 in a row now retired by the Brewers bullpen.
He's going to throw a fastball, breaking ball, change up, and he goes breaking ball there. His breaking ball is like a curve, you know, swerve. And got him to chase.
Rollins tonight has walked once. He is 0 for 3. Scored a run his last time on base, which was in the 7th. Phillies had a chance with the bases loaded in that inning, but scored just 1. That made it 6-3. Trying to win for the first time this year. They're 0-42 and they trail after 8 innings. Two 2-0 the count. That fastball outside. He'll take here with the count 3-0. At least you would expect he will take. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. My caramba. I mean, seriously, they scored 6 runs in the 10th.
Yeah.
And they're still batting.
Still batting with a man on. Somebody hit a homer in that baby.
I think so.
Bases were loaded at one point.
Pedro Beato allowed 4 runs in a third of an inning.
Well, they lost an unbelievable game last Friday night to the Nats, and then they won the first game on Saturday. And think maybe they're going to go into a tailspin. Won 2 straight against Atlanta. Come back and look like they're going to win an extra inning game.
Well, Mike Morse has helped since coming back off the DL. He hit the longest home run in Nationals Park the other day, and he hit a home run tonight. 2-run home run. Ryan Zimmerman also had a 3-run double.
Oh, he's been red hot.
Count is 3-2 to Rollins with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ball 4. And the Phillies have a base runner. So 1 more base runner and they can bring the tying run to the plate. Juan Pierre is coming up. Cesar's Torres just came in to chat with Rodriguez. How he's going to face Juan Pierre. They don't play him shallow and left. Braun is straight away. He's not overwhelmingly deep, but he's not over toward the line where you would expect, or as far over the line as you expect.
Yeah, and Aramis Ramirez is going to stay way up there, or third base. You know, try to take the bunt away.
That's what he did in the 5th, and he got an easy ground ball right to him.
Yeah.
And 1 the count to Pierre. Shows bunt. Ooh, took a strike. It's 0-2. Runner goes, and a base hit to right field. Rollins keeps on going to third. Just put the bat on the ball. That's exactly what Pierre did. That's a pretty good piece of hitting right there. first and third, and the tying run is coming to the plate.
Right, some kind of off-speed pitch. Eventually he throws curveball changeup as his off-speed pitches, and that was something slow, down and away. Look at him just drop the head on it, as Tom said, almost one-hands it. That's a changeup, and just one-hands it into right field.
All right, the Phils have left 8 tonight. They don't have a hit with a runner in scoring position, so they are due. They're overdue to get a win when trailing after 8. 0-42 coming into this ball game. Utley's up. He's homered tonight.
Oh, you could hope. Tie and run. Utley and Howard.
He's 1 for 4 against Rodriguez for his career. They play Utley to pull. These Torres is over toward the middle a little bit. Rollins can get a good lead off third. Good walking lead off third.
It set off the chicken coop. It was said next year.
Oh, they'll still say it, but they'll be right.
Yeah.
There goes Pierre. Pitch is taken outside. The throw to second, not in time. So Pierre has stolen his 23rd base of the year.
Well, game can't end on a double play. That's a good job there by Juan Pierre to steal that bag. They throw through. They're not. Took a quick look at Jimmy Rollins, and then Maldonado throws through. See, he got a good jump. No, he didn't look out. And Juan Pierre with that head first slide. A helmet usually goes flying with him.
Tom Halyard's barking with Ron Renicky. Renicky thought that was a strike by Utley, or he thought maybe he shielded Maldonado. I don't know. There was something he was not happy about. Got all the check swings tonight. What else does he want?
Got a long night behind home plate with all these pitches.
Want to know the count now to Utley with runners on second and third. This is what Chase did.
All right.
Didn't do anything wrong. He didn't impede him at all.
They've been doing that since the game was created, you know, waggling the bat in the catcher's face like
that. Inside, 3-0. Chase is going to be taken here. Big pieces on deck. Rollins leads off third. Pierre off second. One more base runner, which will give the Phils the tying run aboard, and then the winning run at the plate. Yep, that's been one of the issues for the Phils. It's been a huge issue all year long, not only this stretch, but all year long. With runners in scoring position, just haven't come through consistently. Utley just woke up the bat rack on that one. Rob DiClemente, the Phillies bat boy, his eyes are wide right now.
Trying to figure out how did a left-handed hitter just do that?
And where did it go?
It's almost impossible. You know, a right-handed hitter might slice one in there, but a left-handed hitter. That was a strange angle. This guy loves his off-speed pitches when he's behind. In any situation, he'll pitch backwards. I mentioned that when the inning started. So, you know, there's no guarantee you'll get fastball here.
3-2 the count. Utley's ready. Runners lead off. And he got a curve, and it's ball 4.
A typical K-Rod game. Base runners all over the place. A lot of breaking balls, change-ups, nibbling with his fastball. And he's going to give you a shot here.
Well, Ryan Howard has been in this spot before. July 9th, 2010, his last walk-off home run against the Cincinnati Reds. That was a 2-run shot. Came in the 10th inning. There's Cody Ransom, who's now with the Brewers. Well, this would be huge.
That was Arthur Rhodes, too.
Arthur Rhodes, yep.
You're going to have to hit a homer here, too. Get a base hit, make it 6-5. Keep the pressure off.
First pitch coming from Rodriguez. A curveball. It's a tough pitch.
He's not getting. This guy does not give in with fastballs that often. He's going to make you beat him on his off-speed stuff.
Rollins, Pierre, and then Utley. Utley's the tying run over at first. 0-1 the count as Howard waits from the left side. For the changeup, it's 0-2.
Yeah, you know, you stand there thinking he's going to get a fastball, but that's not this guy's MO.
He's going to get a changeup or something here.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't think he'd try to sneak a heater by him, but you never know.
Back toward the middle. Base hit it to center field. 2 runs will score. Look at Utley go. On his way to third. It's a 1-run game.
That's what he did. He did throw him a fastball. Good job by Ryan Howard. Hit it right past the shortstop, his Tourist. It was hit really hard. And great base running by Chase Utley again.
Chase Utley just gave the Phils a chance on a fly ball to tie this ball game up. The center fielder Gomez was deep.
Here it is. He goes fastball, and Ryan whacks it up the middle. You see they're playing him up the middle on that overshift. So it goes right through. Now watch Utley read it. He knows where the center fielder is. He's deep because of the situation. He's on his way to third. Pierre scores easily. Very good base running.
Outstanding. First and third with 1 out. The Phils down by 1. They play the infield at double play depth for the Brewers. They keep Ryan Howard in the game. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. There's nobody that gets a better walking lead, secondary lead off third than Chase Utley. It's the kind of secondary lead or walking lead that you hope that every kid does while growing up in the game. Not only the way he heads down the line, but also the way he goes back, giving the catcher no angle to throw back. Carlos takes its strike on the inner half. 1-1.
Yeah, and they're going to play the infield at double play depth here right now. They just feel that you know, that they can get a double play ball off a guy like Ruiz and end the game here, as opposed to, you know, that they come in a little closer and are worried about cutting off the tying run. Winning run totally different, but they're gambling right now that he'll hit it hard enough for a double play.
Line drive, base hit it to left center field. The ball game is tied. The Phillies have scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the 9th inning to tie it up at 6 as Carlos Ruiz brings home Chase Utley and comes through again. And now the winning run is in scoring position.
They're going to probably run for Ryan Howard.
Well, the only problem
who do they have then?
is that they have Kratz and Polanco available.
So they don't. Yeah, that's the problem.
They could put a pitcher in to run.
Yeah. Said that and then looked down at the card and forgot that looked like a changeup. It just hung up in the zone. Jimmy Rollins.
It's a 6-6 game. The runners lead off first and second. And Hunter Pence takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Pence has a walk-off already this year against the Astros. It was a home run. Only 5 at-bats against Rodriguez, but he's 2 for 5. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming to Pence. A breaking ball. Ooh, that looked like it went around the plate.
Yep.
Well, Tom Hallion calls it a strike. It's 0-2.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been a looper there.
Papelbon is warmed up in the pen if we go extra innings for the 3rd consecutive day.
They're giving Pence all kinds of room in left center field right now, taking away right center.
Little number just stayed alive. An 0-2 curveball.
See that defense right there where the center fielder Gomez is, and you got a lot of room out in this area. This guy throws so much off-speed stuff too. You know, you just think that Hunter Pence is more likely to pull her, but I guess they feel that he's going to pull off and hit it the other way if he hits it. They'll play the infield double play depth.
He's feeling it.
Yeah, man, that's the way it used to be. They used to rally like this all the time.
It's the way it used to be, the way it will be, the way it should be. He's off. 1-2.
Well, when you have Utley and Howard coming up in the 9th inning, you have a better chance to have a rally, don't you?
Changes the entire complexion of the inning.
Yeah, it's a little different.
It's a 30-pitch inning at least for Rodriguez.
And we mentioned earlier that they use power. They're only left-hander up, and you know it was a spot where they figured it was a good time to use him. They had a nice lead. So once they use him up, that's it.
It's the 8th time this year that the Brewers have blown a potential Randy Wolf win.
Wow.
This is back on May 15th against Brett Myers of the Astros at the time.
Yeah, now the White Sox. Myers thought it was an out. It was a walk-off.
Waiting for the 1-2 pitch with the runners leading off first and second. In the dirt again. Good hold. 2-2.
Roy Halladay off the hook now, and Randy Wolf looked like he had a win and doesn't get it.
Threw a fastball. And Pence fouled it away.
Well, there's Ryan Howard. You know, it'd be tough to score him, but you know, they just don't want to run a pitcher for him, I guess. Ron Samuel knows, you know, he's in a situation where, you know, it's got to be a no doubt about it capper or something like that.
Howard's looking around to see where the infielders are, looking around to see where the outfielders are to get his lead. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice play by Maldonado. Wow.
How did he catch that?
How did he knock it down?
Really? The fastball, these are the toughest ones to catch because took a little hop there. He just got a little leather on, then it hit his foot. The catcher will anticipate breaking the ball in the dirt, and that can be easier for them to block because they know it's going to be down there. Fastballs that get down there in that area that fast, they're tough. Good to see them talking the game again, huh? And both be in the game. Not on the DL.
The payoff pitch coming to Pence. Outside ball for the bases are loaded. Ty Wigginton is coming up with the winning run over at third. Well, it is nice to feel some life at Citizens Bank Park late in the ball game. Rick Kranitz is coming in to talk to Francisco Rodriguez.
Yeah, and these guys must be shaking their heads too because this has been their problem. One of their big problems is they can't finish a game. And the Phillies hope they can again, Tom.
Jimmy Rollins said after yesterday's ball game, it's time to go streaking. Well, they won yesterday in extra innings. It would be nice to put this one away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Who knows what turns things around for a ball club. Yep. Now, it's a huge hole the Phillies have dug, but they want to try to play better baseball as the season moves on. They've tied it up at 6 with 3 here in the 9th. But just to see the people standing up, jumping up and down, there's barely a person that's here at the park that's sitting. All right, now the outfielders, they're not moving in yet for the Brewers. Eric Kratz is going to pitch run for Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard said, he threw his hands out like, really?
Big hit by Ryan.
What's the advantage, Wheels, to Kratz ahead of Howard?
He's a little faster.
Just a little faster?
Yeah. I guess.
The outfield is deep all the way around for Wigginton. They're set up for 2. Wigginton takes a breaking ball for ball 1.
Am I missing something here?
No, it's 6-6, bottom of the 9th.
I mean, the outfielders have to be in.
They should be, yeah.
And if you go for 2 and don't get it, game's over.
Kratz at 3rd. That's the guy that matters.
Now they're in. Here they come. They just started running in.
Line drive toward left field. Braun coming in. Kratz tags. Braun has it. Throws to the plate. The Phillies are going to win it. They scored 4 runs here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and they win it by a final score of 7-6 on Ty Wigginton's sacrifice fly to left field. How about that? They hadn't won a ball game all year long when they trailed after 8 innings, and they needed 4 runs in their last at bat tonight to win it over the Brewers by a final score of 7-6. Boy, it's nice to see some smiles here at Citizens Bank Park.
2 straight nights they get, or 2 straight games they get walk-off wins. That was strange defense there in that 9th inning.
Well, as it turned out, if they were in, Braun may not have made the catch, but Wigginton really put a charge into this one. That's a bullet.
Yeah, he comes running in, throws it, and it's way offline. The Phillies, they did everything they had to do in that inning. Here's Kratz running for Ryan Howard.
I guess inside. He is a little faster than Ryan.
Oh, yeah. At this point in his career, yeah, with Ryan with his ankle the way that it is. And, you know, two games in a row, that has to be a nice feeling for them.
Has to be a great feeling for him. Eric Kratz with the head first slide. Ryan Howard is waiting with Murph. Murph, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Yeah, it has to be a great feeling. Second night in a row that you get the win in your final at bat. Talk about the comeback. That hasn't happened a whole lot this year, but it certainly looked good tonight.
Yeah, it was big for us. You know, we were just kind of, it seemed like we were in a little bit of a lull, and then, you know, just found out, man, we're not out of this game. And you know, you get a couple runners on in a situation, you don't have to get it all back at once, just chip away, and that's what we did this last inning.
You know, you came into the dugout in the bottom of the 9th, and you said to your teammates, we can win this game. I heard you say that, and, you know, it's just, it seems like a little bit of a different feel. You go 3 for 5 today, seem to have your stroke. What's this clubhouse thinking right now?
I mean, after a win like this and a win like yesterday, you want to definitely take that momentum and keep going. I mean, you know, we just got to keep fighting. You know, we got to get some better spirit and some better fight and try and get out in these games early. But wins like this are big, and, you know, we're going to take it.
What do you think of Kratz's wheels?
I thought he was pretty good.
You'll take it. Ryan Howard, thank you. Go celebrate with your team. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. He had to think about it for a little bit. I don't know if Ryan Howard ever thought he'd be pinch run for by Eric Kratz, but a nice job by Kratz to get back and then get to the plate with the head first slide. Here it is. He ran on the inside. There was no chance for Maldonado to find him. And the Phillies win it 7-6. They take game 1 from the Brewers.